king of love pack, baby. Take wheel. Take wheel. Everybody take wheel. Come on, take wheel. To the take wheel.
Yeah, I pull the lights up once the music stops right here, okay? It's my intro music. Yeah. I'll tell you, you're gonna feel it in a minute, Robin. Yeah.
So what the fuck's supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my NDK family and I don't think people. Remember, used to take what in my
tennis shoes.
Used to walk around in them
then it's the tennis shoes.
For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now I ain't no sleeping room in a nice earth. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch.
Shout out to Salada. They got the best salads out here.
Oh my goodness.
Are they right?
Delicious.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yum, yum. Salada in the building. Delicious.
The beginning of a new era. Took that crown last night. I seen you take that crown. What's that? You can hear me?
My sounds. Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's dynamic. You have to get up on it. Yeah. You gotta get up on this mic here.
Well, you know, that's something I can do.
Come on
doubt
now.
about that.
Come on now.
That's something I can do. All you gotta do is ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
You the homie cause you always run it fucking home. And because you're the boy, your house will clap it up around my mouth like a big booty.
Yeah, so definitely took the crown home. It was an exciting night for Atlanta for Blue Smoke ATL. It was very exciting. I'm a member of Atlanta Cigar Week as an ambassador. So Atlanta Cigar Week won. So yeah, shout out to Atlanta Cigar Week for best group. And to Blue Smoke ATL for best accessories. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
And to Christine for Sister of the Leaf. She's from Atlanta. So it was just an Atlanta shutdown.
Fuck that shit, I'm tired of being nice. Shit in your head, this Mac is not a fucking life. Like keep the termites fed, like the pistol stay with some lead, like Marita. I lived in the trailer, not no projects. It's still coming, but you couldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, head two fucking moms. Niggas tell me, goddamn, they drop a fucking dime. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch. Young ready strap, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch to their head and gun clap. They stop beginning of a new era. Say we're getting it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never in the bitch, step again. This is the beginning of a new era. Say we're getting it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still winning. G5 legacy never in the bitch, step again.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how we bring it in. Jay Will bringing it in today. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Hey, this is your boy, you know what I'm saying, G5, and I got a little special edition tonight. Or today, my bad. It's normally nighttime, but this, today is today. What's going on? Who I got in the building? Let's see what's going on right here. Who we got in here? We got my boy, Tony M. He always in here. You know what I'm saying? I hear you got your ear on in there. Appreciate you, Tony. Okay, let's see what we got here. We got Associate Minister in Reserve, Deacon Mr. Terry Jones. You know Terry Jones?
I do not know.
Okay,
yet.
Well, what's up there on Terry? Shoot, hey, the deacon is in the building. You know what I'm saying? We got the deacon.
I don't know him yet, but by the end of the call, I'm sure we'll know everybody on
I can hear the guests just fine. That's what I'm talking about. He can hear you. That sounds good. All right. Hey, listen, it's Saturday. You know I don't do nothing on Saturday. That's what I don't do. You know what I'm saying? I try to kind of get my week ready for the next week, and all my guests is coming in and everything. But I found out this young lady was coming into town, you know, so I said, listen, I got to go ahead and snatch her on up there. I said, you know, that's what I had to do, and that's what I did. And so she's going to tell you what she's in town for. And then we're gonna kind of get to some things and some things that happened last night. If you see this nice trophy in front of me, she'll talk about that here momentarily. But I just want to make sure we showed it and we brandished this thing and make sure it happened. Okay. But without further ado, I thank you for coming, and we appreciate you, and we welcome you, Miss Robin. I let the applause drop down. You know what I'm saying? I wait for the applause to finish. You know what I'm saying? I let it go all the way through. Yes. What's going on? What's going on?
You know, everything is going on and everything is good. Thank you so much for having me. I mean, I've been treated like royalty ever since I got to H-Town. Ooh. It has been fabulous. So woohoo, I love it.
Okay, so tell me this right here. So far, you know what I'm saying? I always ask my guests when they first get here because we'll talk about the experience at the end. But how has your experience been thus far up to this point, this minute, from the show aspect, coming in, being picked up and brought in?
Oh, I mean, you know, just coming to Houston in general has been amazing. So everything about it, and the show in particular has been phenomenal. Just the pickup, just the you know, one phrase I would use is attention to detail, and that's something that I do in my business, so I can appreciate people who show me that, because you know, sometimes it's just the details that get lost, and when people spend time with the details, it means they're very thoughtful, and that's just very attractive to me, just in business and in general.
Okay, shout out to daggone paying attention to detail. Yes, that's what we do right here.
To that.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You know, everybody needs to pay attention sometimes. Okay, if you don't pay attention, a lot of times you need to pay attention sometimes, and that's what we do around here.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So tell me this right here. So just give me a quick summary of what Robin does, and then we're gonna rewind the tape on you a little bit. Okay.
So as it relates to, you know, I can't tell you everything I do.
Yeah, with this right here. This with this, you know what I'm saying? Listen, we ain't trying to go there. Okay. Ooh. Okay.
But as it relates to my business, Blue Smoke ATL, I design handmade cigar pokers, and cigar pokers are used when you're smoking a cigar and you get down to the ends and you don't want to burn your lips or your hands.
Right.
Or you can use it as a draw poker when your cigar is rolled too tight and you want to use a draw poker to open up your cigar and loosen up the tobacco leaves. So I hand design those, and they look like cigar jewelry.
Okay. Little cute things. You know what I'm saying? They can be cute, or they can be.
I look at them as more handsome and
more
beautiful.
Handsome.
Yeah, I don't use the term cute.
Okay, then. Well, I guess maybe because I'm a guy, I'm gonna look at it from a female. I would think it's nice for a woman to have those, and as well as me. You know what I'm saying? It's for me saying I'm cute. I want to say a guy looks cute holding them. You know what I'm saying? I would use it as a masculine wallet. How about that?
Yeah, I'm going to dispel some of the rumors that men don't use poker. So
yeah, talk to him.
I'll get into that.
We'll get into that piece right there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first thing, where's Robin from originally?
So I'm an Army brat. My dad was in the military.
Okay.
So I went to 4 different high schools, 4 different junior highs, and 4 different elementaries. My brother's retired Navy. My other brother was in the Marines. So I'm just an all-around kind of person. And that's why I like diversity. I like diversity means to me diversity in thought and in things that people do.
Okay, look, shout out to the military. You know what I'm saying? Because the whole everybody that went in one form or another. But like you said, you was a brat. So that means Pops was in the military. And you say, what was he?
He was a warrant officer before they had 5. You know,
okay.
I didn't join the military because I can't really follow instructions.
Oh, ain't nothing wrong with that. Right there. Listen, shout out to people that don't follow instructions, because you know what? They make great entrepreneurs. You do know that, right? Most entrepreneurs, they won't go into the military because one, you know what? Hey, it's just that reason. You know what I'm saying? They have a hard time because it's like one of those things like, hey, listen, I know what I know. I know what I need to do. And I make it happen, right?
Yeah, I can't follow instructions. Yeah, military is very strict. Even though, you know, my dad, Papa raised us very strict. You know, like people used to go outside and, you know, play. Like, no, you don't go outside and play. You got to clean your room. You got a whole list of stuff where you go outside. Kids going outside. No, we got things to do. Yeah, it's like a warrant officer 4. You know, you're not just going outside. You got activities.
Okay, so you said it was you and a couple of the other siblings, right? So how many of you were the total?
3 total.
3 total. Okay, so you came up. Who was oldest of the 3?
I have. I'm the baby. So
good. Shout out to being spoiled, because that's what happened right here. You know that's what happened, right? The other 2 caught all the heat. That's what happened.
No, actually, what happened was my brothers beat me up because they wanted me to be tough. So that's not exactly what happened. They're like, we need you to be tough.
Right.
I'm like, So you want to beat me up? That's how it's
That's
gonna
the way
work.
it works, though. You know what I'm saying? You know how they go. You got to thump the little one on the head and make sure they drag them around a little bit. That's just how it works. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how I got into sci-fi, because they dominated the TV, so I didn't get to pick.
So you got what was left, and that was sci-fi.
No, that's
imagination was great.
That's what they liked. So I watched everything they wanted to watch. So I'm into Star Wars, Star Trek, all the sci-fi. So I didn't get to any options.
Okay.
But you know, that's kind of what shaped me. So no, I didn't get any options. You know, 2 older brothers, you don't get to pick anything.
So tell me this right here. So what how was Robin back in junior high school? Who was Robin then? At that time period.
Tomboy.
Tomboy.
Yeah,
okay,
tomboy.
when you say tomboy, what does that mean? You know, some people don't understand the relation to that. You know what I'm saying?
Tomboy meaning, you know, it didn't really wear dresses, you know, wasn't into, you know, dating. You know, I had a warrant officer for a father, so it was no dating.
so he putting them rules down.
Yeah, no dating.
That wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah, no dating, none of those kinds of things, you know.
Act like your brothers.
Right. You know, you're not getting any phone calls through. Right. You call, there's no messages. There's nothing.
Yeah, shout out to Dad for keeping his phone locked down and making sure Robin wasn't out there in them damn streets. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on.
So
let's go on.
Like a mandatory, you will do, you know, it's like people, you know, kids today have decisions. I lived in a dictatorship.
They got options now, right?
Right.
They got options.
We don't have any options. Like what?
No,
options?
The option was what Pop Mama said. That was the option. So, his or her option. That's what it was.
We didn't get to go shopping. You got clothes that were brought home and you put them on.
Right.
People got what are those choices things? So we didn't get any of that.
Okay, cool. Let's go ahead. So because you moved around a lot, so by the time you hit 9th grade, you in high school. What state were you in or country?
I was living in Texas.
Okay. Oh, hold up now. Yeah. Texas where? Oh, you at?
I was in El Paso.
Shout out to El Paso. You know what I'm saying? Fort Bliss doing it big out there. Don't act like I don't know the base. You ain't gonna name. Listen, you're not gonna name some places that I don't know where it's at. So you was out there hanging out with Juarez and you used to go down to San Marcos.
Yes.
Come on now. Las Cruces.
Yes.
Come on now. Don't act like we don't know what's going on. I'm gonna call it out now.
Yes.
Going across, what's that mountain called?
You
know, from going to the west side.
I can't even think of what it is.
What's the name of that daggone thing?
I can't think of what it is, but we spent a lot of time in Juarez. Oh
yeah.
my God.
Ooh, so
that's
hold
where
on now.
My senior trip went over to Juarez.
See y'all, listen.
Yes.
See, I already know now.
Because you could do.
Shout out. We ain't gonna talk about what's going on across that daggone bridge, the Freedom Bridge. Don't go across the Freedom Bridge. Don't you do it. Okay, so you in high school. You're in El Paso.
Right.
What school we going to in El Paso?
God, I'm trying to think of. God, you got me.
It don't even matter. Yeah. It don't even matter. So, what was it like in high school? Were you still a tomboy at the time, or were you able to kind of?
Tomboy. I was a tomboy.
So you were playing sports? Were you doing anything like that? Because your brother was beating you up enough.
Yeah, I was running track, and my dad still had.
Okay, hold up. You ain't saying about that right now. You ran some track.
I ran track.
What you run?
I was in 440 relay, 100-yard dash.
What? 4x4?
Yeah. What? All these long legs. You don't see that?
Shout out to the long legs. You know what I'm saying? Because they get across the track real fast. That's what they do. Okay. And then she was chasing by her brother. So I knew you were quick. What's your brother's name right now?
Bruce.
Old damn Bruce. Where Bruce at?
California.
Damn Bruce, you out in California beating your sister up back when she was young. Listen, that wasn't even right. And your other brother name?
Michael. Yeah.
Big Mike.
Yeah.
Good Big Mike.
He passed away.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Hey, shouts out. You know what I'm saying? Hey, he's watching, looking down. He was the older one.
Middle child.
He was a middle child. Yep. Okay, all right, no problem like that. You know, I don't like to get on those notes like that, but hey, still a shout out to him though.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. He did used to beat you up, so I ain't gonna let that go.
Yes, he did. They did it together.
Okay, all right, double team. I'll tell you, boy,
yes,
but it made you quick in track, so that's all that matters. Yeah. Okay,
I had to run away from him. That's how I improved my skills.
Speed.
My speed running away from my brothers, but you know, they did prepare me for my training. So what can I say? People had other coaches. No,
right.
Coaches were a little different.
So what was the gap between the youngest one, the middle one, between Mike?
They're three years apart.
Okay, so he was 3 years. So by the time you was when you was in 9th grade, one of them was a senior, or one was gone.
One was gone, and so my other brother was about 3 years from. So they were probably about 3 years apart from each other. Yeah.
Okay, then. Okay, so perfect. So let's talk about 11th grade then, because them jokers gone now.
Yeah.
11th grade.
Yes.
We about to get into the damn nitty gritty.
Yes.
So we got 11th grade.
Finally.
Are we still in El Paso? Because I know usually 3 years and one officers don't really stay that long. They kind of move around.
Let's see, 11th grade.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was still in El Paso, but went to a different high school.
Okay, then all right. So now let's kind of dig into that a little bit. So now you're in 11th grade. Now at this time, because you are a military brat at that point, you have moved more than a few times.
Yeah.
You have left friends.
Yeah.
So how did that make you? You know what I'm saying? During that time, now I ain't talking about now, but during that time while you've been 11th grade, how did you see things as far as leaving and, losing friends, gaining friends? Like, what was your thought process during that time period?
I was moved when I was 6 months old. When I was born, I moved. I was born at Redstone Arsenal. And
okay, shout out to Alabama.
Yeah. So I've always moved. I was always the new kid. We get comfortable, and Papa was like, we're moving. So to me, when you go to 4 different high schools, we were always moving in the middle of the year. It was never at the beginning of the year.
Ever.
I was like, wait, and when you're in a military family, you don't get to decide anything. So it's not like you can say, well, can we wait? Those decisions are not things that you get to decide.
Right.
So, it was just a way of life for us to be able to move. And, this was normal because you were with people who were Navy brats or Marine brats and stuff like that. And you really thought this is the way people lived. I didn't know people didn't do this for years.
Right. Because you thought it's a normal way. Everybody did it, right?
I thought everybody did it. They were leaving Cairo, going over here. We lived in Iran for 3 years. So I thought this was normal. And then I grew up and found out, people don't live this way.
You ran around with a nomadic lifestyle and thinking this is just normal.
I thought it was normal because I didn't know, when you lived on military bases, everybody was, doing the same thing. You just left this place and was headed to the next place. So I didn't know anybody was doing anything different. And people talking about childhood friends are like, what is that?
What is that? Right.
I don't have any of those.
Right.
So, I didn't think anything different about it because I didn't know. I lived on a military installation. So we didn't know anybody who wasn't doing anything. We didn't meet non-civilian people.
Right. So up to that time, you had always stayed on a base. Okay. All right. That's going to be a key thing, later on as I kind of recall some things right there. Right. But you know what? It'd been funky if y'all had back in that time, back at El Paso, if y'all had that damn wink and drink app. Wink and drink.
Wow.
What? A wink and drink. What? A wink and drink. What?
Hit 'em, G.
It's 5 o'clock. It's time to leave. I dig into my pockets, pull out my car keys. Grab my wallet, walk out the front door.
Go Robin.
My phone.
Go Robin.
Store. I need a place to meet and think. Found a brand new app called Wink and Drink.
Yeah.
It's Wink and Drink.
Hey.
It's Wink and Drink.
Come on.
It's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet.
Come on.
It's Wink and Drink.
Hey.
It's Wink and Drink.
Yes.
It's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet. I'll be dropping fire on their ass, Robin.
I mean,
You understand? I'll be dropping it on them now.
They don't even know.
Don't even try to act like we ain't dropping it out here.
They don't
This
even
is
know.
what we do.
I mean,
okay.
It's unbelievable.
Listen, okay, so we're gonna go on back to El Paso real quick.
I'm gonna try to find one of those little rollaway beds.
Come on now.
Roll in here.
What?
And move in.
Oh, come on now. The comfortableness is there.
I'm gonna try to find a rollaway bed.
Ooh.
I know there's one in here somewhere.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna find one. I'm just gonna do that before I leave.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, so we're back in El Paso.
I think I saw one in that back room. I'm gonna
What's
get.
that?
I think there's one back there. I'm gonna get up.
No, I don't do rollaways. You know what I'm saying? They stay here. Nah, if it's gonna be one of those situations,
right?
So you're in El Paso. You're in 11th grade. Your brothers are gone. You're there.
I am.
Okay, so
finally, I'm getting phone calls from.
Some phone calls happen because they got Pop in the field. Because I know what they're doing in El Paso. They keep him in the field all the time.
Yeah, there's a lot of military men, and so my dad was like, "Oh no, you don't need to."
You ain't playing that one.
Yeah, their voice sound like they got bass.
Right.
Immediately hang.
I know that's right. We don't do bass well. You know that. I want you to understand that. As a father, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're not getting through it.
And I got 2 daughters and a son, so I didn't do bass well at all. But the fun thing about me, my daughters, they couldn't bring. I would never meet a guy.
Oh, he wouldn't either.
I would never meet. But at a certain age, they could date, but I could never meet the guy.
Oh,
ever.
No, I remember
They couldn't come to my house, anything. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Because I didn't want to deprive anybody from dating. I didn't want to do that. But my thing is, I knew what they were doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know why you dating my daughter. I know why you going to see her. You're not going to be doing all this stuff and then in my face, hey, Mr. G, how you doing? And I'm looking at you like, yo, boy, I know what you're in my face for.
I get it.
you know.
No, I remember one time I asked my mom, could somebody come over for Thanksgiving? And she asked Papa, and he said, yeah. So the whole time he was in a foul mood. And so
of course,
when the guy left, he goes, all he did was eat up all the food.
That's
and
it.
I said, Papa, it's Thanksgiving. He said, and your mom's slaving in there.
That's it.
I said, Papa, it's Thanksgiving.
Right. He was doing the right thing.
He was hostile.
I'm telling you right now, he was doing the right thing. Look, I ain't even tripping. Hey, shout out to Daddy. What's Daddy name?
Lee.
He's still around?
No, he's
okay.
not.
Hey, up in heaven. Lee, you did your thing. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Lee did his thing.
He was like, I don't, And then they would come over and he would look at the people and just go back like no one even rang the doorbell.
Well, you know what? They would have been at the peephole with me. They couldn't even got to the peephole. Listen, you ain't going to shout out to any dude that ever tried to come to my house. That wasn't happening. Listen, this ain't no game. Robin, this ain't no game.
Oh, I get it.
Listen, they're going to get all this frame right here. They ever would have thought about coming to the door. You know, hey, when you rolled with my daughters, it was time of marriage. You were like, yeah, y'all were committed at that point.
That's what he said. He said, I don't want to meet any runner-ups. I only want to meet the one that you're going to marry.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, shout out to Ken right there. Ken 1409 podcast. He see the G5 candles out there burning. That's what we do, Ken. Listen, you see the candle out there, Robin? Mm-hmm. That is a G5 original.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Listen, hold on, I'm going to rotate it for you. See this?
Oh, nice. All right.
Don't play.
You guys, if you haven't been in the studio, this is like G5.
Come on now.
In here
all day
with these seats that are just so
they hug you, don't they?
These seats
they be hugging you
like you're in a
now.
you're actually in a Sprinter, really.
Yeah, they hug you shit out.
It feels like you're in a Sprinter. And it is just really amazing in here. You got this huge TV screen. I'm not a TV screen expert. It looks like an 80-inch in here. I'm not sure. And you got all this stuff in here. The intro had all this old school music. I love old school.
Come on
and
now.
It had, my girl Sheila E.
Sheila was on there doing her thing, was she?
He was in there. They had all Jody Watley.
Full force about to hit her, but we didn't even make it to full force.
Yeah, so the experience is just so welcoming. You just feel like you in your living room, you had food in here, special catered to your palate. I'm trying to find this rollaway bed.
Come on now. I'm trying to
you guys see me bend down looking for some stuff. I'm looking for the rollaway. Don't judge. If I find one, I got it before you did. So
hey, shout out to Robin and shout out to that on 1186 water. Hey, remember y'all, if you want some water, you know what I'm saying? Okay. You know what I'm saying? 1186. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know if they sell that in Atlanta. I'll have to look for that.
But we're gonna make it be sold in Atlanta.
Okay.
We already got it's not even a petition, but what it is, I got some people in. I don't have all the states locked in yet. You know what I'm saying? But I have at least 28 states.
Wow.
People in 28 states right now that's locked in that is searching for the water in the store, and they're hitting these different stores, their main chains, and they're gonna get this information back to me next week, so that we can deliberately go at these stores to make sure they carry
in the Atlanta market.
Okay, I definitely will. I got a few people in Atlanta already too, but no, one more, you know what I'm saying, will help.
Okay.
Because our thing is we need to get it in all the stores. We need to get it pushed to all the stores. This is the state water. This is the state water for Alabama.
Oh wow. Okay.
So think about it, Alabama.
Yes, the state I was born in. Yes.
Right. And so this minority, it's a black-owned company. You know what I'm saying? From the pump to the well to the trucks to the everything. You know what I'm saying? It's 100% owned. And so my thing is, hey, HEB carries it here. I've been in a couple of HEBs. In fact, I was talking with HEB yesterday. And as far as making sure it gets to all the chains and not just select ones in certain areas.
Right.
So my thing is I'm on a quest now to go to every HEB in Houston to make sure, just to see if it's there. And if it's not there, I need to, I'm going to make it be there. Shout out to the damn 5 Cast for making the water show up. I'm going to make it show up. That's what we're going to do, And
people always want to figure out how they can support, people of color. So sometimes it's the little things, and it doesn't always have to be, big things. It's just going to your HEB and finding out, if the water's there, and then shooting over an email saying, hey, it's not there, or hey, it is. So, you can have a grassroots impact on just doing that one thing.
Right.
And then buying it if it is there.
Yeah, that's right. You know what I'm saying? If it ain't there, let's make it be there so we can buy it. You know what I'm saying?
Right, exactly.
So that's what we got to do. So make sure you support 1186. Like, this is the only water I drink now, because one, I have to drink water, but it tastes phenomenal. And I'm not just saying that. And no, I'm not an ambassador for them, and I'm not paid by 1186. This is just Brian. You know what I'm saying? This is just me doing what I do. Okay. And once again, shout out to Joni. This is the first this candle right here. This is not the one with the labeling that goes out on it because she made new jars and stuff like that. But what happened was I love the candle a lot. I really do. And then I pushed it. So what she did was she came to me and was saying, "Hey, I want to give back to you, G." And so she gave me a scent. Well, she let me choose. So she didn't have like a candle made up. It's like she brought all the stuff in, and so we talked about it. She was sitting right in that chair. Well, she's sitting over there, and I'm taking these different smells. And so, but I actually got 3 scents. So I have a G5 candle, I have a 5 cask candle, and then I have a candle called Sigma Male. You know, and so those things. This right here, it ships out on the 15th. You know what I'm saying? The orders going, and it's only a number.
Nice.
I asked her just to do a certain number only. And then we'll go from that
the market.
Right. But the market good anyway, especially with G5. Because you know what I'm saying? The support is real around here. The support is real. You know, so that smell that you smell in here, that's the G5 candle. And that's one I picked out. And you know, that's the flavor that you smell in the building right now. I
mean, the ambiance in here, you got candles.
Come on now.
You got candles, you got music, you got okay. So all you have to do is have the right energy and being able to, you know, move something forward. So that's really what, you know, what you're looking for in here. Right. So I got it.
That's it. Let me see here. You said, what's the let me see what a associate minister and reserve deacon, Mr. Terry Jones. That's funny. Who is that? Okay, what's going on there? What's going on, Deacon? What's that? A Mac Power PC G5? Nah, it's not a Mac Power or a Gulfstream G5. Oh no, we doing Gulfstream, baby. You know what I'm saying? That's an insider trading, you know. You see me in the cockpit. Real talk. Okay, my boy Pocket. Let me see what Pocket got at. Got my baby track meet chilling, watching 5 casts. The Pocket USA. Look, it made me think about it. So, hey, when you in when these young men are being stopped in Atlanta, now anything I'm talking about, I'm just talking about it. I want you to know that.
This is the one that was on Clubhouse talking about.
Right, the Pocket. So think about what goes on in Atlanta all the time. Whether you're over there on Old National, you know what I'm saying, any of those areas over there, especially Old National, you get hot over there in Old National, right? Real quick, and then you know you see Fulton County's finest doing their thing, right? This is great. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you can either just put your things inside of here, you know, such as your
license,
and your registration. You know what I'm saying? You know, you can slide them on in here or have them ready. My kids can slide these in here. You know what I'm saying? And they're ready, and they can just toop on the door, outside the door. You know what I'm saying? Before he comes up. So soon as you stop, you just put it outside the door and hold it. And if you got one of them nice vehicles like a Range Rover or something, you put the suction on the window, boom, and it's sitting out there and it's hanging and it's waiting.
You know, I wondered what that looked like because I heard him on the Clubhouse meeting, the Clubhouse call. That's cool.
Right. I mean, you can't beat this right here. One, because take a look at them. You know what I'm saying? Just the fact that you can put something in there as a preventive measure, right?
This is great.
It's definitely great.
This is great because, you know, they are targeting people of color, unfortunately, and you know, we need to really find ways to make sure that we're protected in these times where people are finding ways to, you know, really make sure that we're not successful.
Right.
And, you know, unfortunately, they're killing us and doing things that are not in our best, you know, in our best interest. And so if this one thing can assure them that we're not reaching for anything when we're not reaching for anything and we, you know, aren't doing anything, this was definitely save someone's life. So this is great.
Oh yeah. Why wouldn't we do everything to mitigate anything possibly happen, right? If I could take something out of the equation, then I'm gonna take it out of the equation. So I had to purchase 3 of them the other night because my thing is I have 3 kids. So I purchased 3 of them and he left me these 2 here just so I can show people on the show and I can show guests. So
especially for, you know, younger people who might be frustrated, you know, not saying that all ages, because all ages can be stopped. I'm not saying they can't. I mean, anybody can be stopped.
Right.
But you know, when you're when you're in a confrontation, sometimes you've got anxiety and you might say the wrong thing, or it could be viewed as the wrong thing. And so if your stuff's already outside, you really don't, not talking about anything, because the first thing they ask you for is your license and registration. And if it's outside and they verify it, you don't really have anything to talk about.
I know, right?
You don't have anything to talk about.
Nothing. No, don't talk to me.
Yeah, it's outside.
That's the way I see it.
You're not rolling down the window. You're not doing anything. And then, the hope is, and I can't speak for the person who created this product, is that they're just going to turn around and leave. Right. Because the stuff has been verified. Definitely.
So make sure you definitely go on the website at www.thepocketusa.com. Go ahead and order you a couple of them. If you have a loved one and their birthday is coming up, if it's Christmas, which will be in months, go ahead and lock them in now.
Or somebody who's becoming age so they can drive.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? I was saying, when people going 16 years old, you're taking your kid to go to the license. Like, this is one of the things that should be probably mandated that people go get. You know what I'm saying? Right. Because one, you cannot take that feeling that you're going to have away once those blue lights hit you. And that's just the way it works. Period. Okay, so let's get back to El Paso on us real quick. Okay, we'll get back to that EP.
Yeah, let's get back to El Paso.
So we in 11th grade. We're doing our thing. The brothers are gone.
Right.
Phone calls are starting to slide in. Okay.
Slowly.
Wasn't no DMs, but phone calls are coming in now.
Yeah, I have a red phone in my room.
Ooh, okay. Long legs around the track, moving around.
Right.
People watching the legs go around the track.
Right.
So because we know that's what we did. We used to go to track meets. You know what I'm saying? The home track meets. We would be there. You know what I'm saying? So we can see them shorts and them legs. That's what we were looking at. Shout out to back then when we were teenagers at the track meets. Not now, but at teenagers at track meet.
And I also, was a baton twirler. So I was baton twirler. I used to throw the baton up in the air. And
is it called the Marceau?
Is it called a what?
The Marceau. Is it called a baton?
I just called it a baton.
Okay, me too.
I was back in old school. We didn't have those fancy terms.
I know. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my girl Caitlin. She was on the show. She told me the correct name for it. I was like, ooh, but she's young. So
we just called it a baton.
It was a baton to me. I told her, she hit me with that name. I was looking at her like, I ain't never heard that.
I don't know. My mom made my outfit. That was back in the days.
So you were doing it.
Yeah, I used to. I was trying to remember what happened. I forgot all the things that happened. You had such a good time in here. I forgot about my past. I can remember. So I was in a dance group that traveled through Germany. I try to remember what happened. So I was in a dance group that traveled through Germany. Right. And my mom, my mom's really creative. So she sewed. So she made all my outfits for me. So I traveled in a dance group. I was in a baton twirler. I couldn't remember. I'm having such a good time in here. I couldn't even remember my past.
Hey, shout out to being here, 5Cast. Listen, I'm gonna take your mind away from you. You can't even remember stuff when you come up in here. Hey, it's the energy in here. I'm telling you.
It's like,
you better tell somebody. Listen, I got you dizzy in here. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, wait a minute. What happened in my life?
Flashback. She was all over Germany. Don't forget about all over Germany. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, my childhood was really around growing up, going to castles. When kids would go outside and play, we didn't do that. We went to see museums and, cultural things. My family was not interested in you going outside and playing and doing those types of things. It was all about education and learning and stuff like that. So dance troops, my brother played football. I did baton. So we had activities scheduled. We didn't have any free time, which is not in the family thing. So, sewing, I learned how to sew very young, creative things like that. So that's kind of, I was like, I'm going to get through this podcast and people go, I don't know a darn thing about Robin. let me add some stuff to this story, because this is like, what happened here? So so that was kind of my life, really just, dancing around Germany, going to different, because everything was so close to Germany.
Right, you definitely. Could just, hit everything, all the spots.
Everything. And so, so I had a really cool childhood, but, it was military bases, really not meeting anybody that wasn't in the military, just really didn't know people that, my cousins were all in the Air Force, their fathers were in the Air Force. So that's really all I knew.
So that's all you know. Okay, really, so by the time you was in 12th grade, you're coming out of 12th grade.
Yeah, I started meeting, I had met people, but we didn't really know them well, because we didn't do stuff like spend the night at people's houses.
No, shout out. Hell no. We ain't spending that over down by the house now, because you are, shit. What? Spend the night? Well, I wish you would. Come talking about, I'm going to spend the night over Renee's house. Nah, who over there, Renee? Who Renee mama? You ain't going over there.
We didn't do any. So my family is very we didn't do any of those. There was no spending the night.
Pop didn't play. Well, Pop from? What was he from?
Alabama. My mom didn't play that either.
So right there, you already knew. There ain't no spending the night.
No spending the night. My parents were. You know how that you could go ask mom something and dad would say something different. They were on the same accord. There was no spending the night unless it was your cousin cousins.
Shout out to dad, mom and dads who don't be flipping sides, trying to be the favorite parent.
No, there was none of that. So you could spend the night over pre-approved cousins.
Oh,
you know,
pre-approved. No, she didn't say pre-approved now.
You know, there's some cousins that are
some
black.
cousins you can't stay over their house because you already know y'all gonna play hide and go get it. And because they were looking at you funny anyway at the last daggone cookout and the family reunion. They looking at you side with y'all know Robin over there. She ain't really our second cousin, but Aunt Florida. What happened was, so that's what happened.
Yeah, so pre-approved cousins, you know, so we didn't really do a lot of that stuff. There was really no spending the night. You could stay over a person's house to a certain time, and then, you know, you had to go home. There was none of that. There's not going to be any issues.
No, light pole days, back when the light poles, right?
Yeah, exactly. When the lights came on.
Where was you at? Before they came on, when they started flickering.
You had to be in the house.
You better beat the lights. Beat the lights.
You had to be in the house, and there was no, you know, there's no discussion. There was no black. My family was black and white. There was no gray area. The light is on.
Shout out to that damn black and white. You know what I'm saying? Listen, that's what's wrong with the kids right now. Ain't no damn black and white no more. There's too many damn options out here with these damn kids. They telling you the options.
Yeah, I don't.
Well, you know what, Dad? I think you know, really going to bed this time is you couldn't even have that type of conversation. Man, you get popped in the forehead before you get out your mouth.
There's no options. The lights on.
Lights on. You better be in the daggone house before they came on, not when they came on.
And when my curfew was midnight, you have to be in
Hold up. Shout out. Hold up. Time out now. Hold the hell up. You ain't gonna tell me you had some 12 on the books.
No, I said when it became 12 o'clock, you had to be in the house. You know, don't roll in at like 11:59. You needed to be in the house 15 minutes ahead of time. Not
damn right. What's going on at 12? Trouble?
That's what my dad said.
He
said there's only two kind of people out after 12, and I won't mention who they were.
Listen, some badass kids was out there too, doing the wrong stuff. 12 o'clock. Listen, don't play with me, Robin. Around here, talking about 12.
And so military people can really understand what I'm talking about. Some people who, and you know, I'm not having an issue. I'm just saying this is how my life was. I didn't really have those options. You know, my family's very strict. Right. You know, and you understood it. And so when you weren't in the house, you knew what was going to happen. There was no question about what was going to happen. There's no question.
It ain't no need to be no question, but we ain't got questions for stuff like that because it ain't happening. So those parents didn't have those type of questions.
No, there was no questions.
You know, those questions couldn't even come up.
No, you know.
Okay, so senior year, you're coming out of school. You're still in El Paso.
I'm still in El Paso coming out of school.
So what's going on? What'd you think about that next move? What'd you think?
I wanted to go to Prairie View.
Okay, she wanted to go to Prairie
That was
View.
my dream. My mom was like, "There ain't nowhere in the world you're going to Prairie
Okay,
View."
why'd she say that?
Ended up pregnant. You're not doing that.
Come on now. Shout out to Mama wasn't playing this right here. She had it scripted out, directed. No, my baby ain't going there with all them people over there. Cause no one go down. Everybody that came from the hood going there too.
That was my dream. I wanted to go to Prairie View. I said, this is the school I want to go to. My mom was like, you have two options.
Okay.
You can go to Texas Tech or you can go to Texas Tech.
Damn, okay. Shout out to Texas Tech. We're going up damn 35. That's what we're going to go do.
I said, where is Texas Tech? In Lubbock, Texas. I said, there's nothing going on in Lubbock. That's exactly.
Shout out to Mama. Make sure that you know where your ass was going to be at. Cause Mama knew ain't shit going on out there. You know what I'm saying? You better mess with a whole field of guy or something.
Tumbleweeds and so they had me out in West Texas. I cried every day. I was out in Lubbock. I didn't know anybody, and I met bull riders. So I was like, wow, there's I didn't even know there were black bull riders. And so, you know, my parents had me way out in Lubbock, and I was just like, oh my God. But I wanted to go to Prairie View or University of Houston. My parents were like, no, you're not. No, you're not. We don't even want to discuss. You know how people have options now? They was like, oh no, you're not.
Well, you made it clear that there were no options coming up anyway.
No,
you made it clear coming up all the way through grade school. You
feel like you know, they're like, what do you want to consider?
Say on the mic a little bit.
Yeah, they were asking me, you know, like, what did you want? I don't even know why they asked me, because it was a joke to ask me where I want to go to school.
They want to mess with your head a little bit. They wanted so they can say that they had that conversation with their child to their friends. Right. Oh no, we asked Robin what she wanted to do. Oh, you did, yeah. And that's all. That was it. You know
that's exactly what it was. Because I was like, so when I got out of college, I went to Texas Tech, and I moved to Austin for a year, and I eventually moved to Houston because I'm like, I'm finally gonna get to
Houston, no matter what. Okay.
I'll finally get to Houston. Yeah, so I went to Texas Tech. I didn't like it.
You didn't like it no time while you were there, not 1 minute.
I did eventually, but I cried the whole time. The plane ride there, this guy was like, it's going to be okay. I said, no, it's not. I cried. And when I graduated, I told Papa to come get me that day. No, I don't need to stay any longer. I'm out of here.
So graduation day, you were ready to go.
I packed up, you know, and it was okay.
What did you major in?
Hotel and restaurant manager.
Did you? Okay, go with your hospitality self. Shout out to them knows what's going on in the hospitality field.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Attention to detail. Okay, that's why you were watching things and looking and yeah, I saw you checking the game out. Okay.
Yeah. But my mom, when you're in the military, you're used to, my mom had like a 70-piece, serving set because,
70-piece.
Yeah.
Y'all fancy.
Well, I'm just saying, when
they don't want nothing.
When
Y'all
you're
fancy.
an officer, you're used to hosting a lot of parties
let me
and
tell
stuff.
You something, man. I had a paper plate etiquette. You know what I'm saying? Plastic plate.
My mom loved to get parties, so that was the thing. She loved to get party, and my dad liked to party. So
hold up now. Pop was no option man, but he loved to party.
Loved to party. He was no option when it came to me.
Yeah. Oh, okay. All right.
When it came to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. But he did the right thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, hey, God rest in peace. Pop, you did your thing. Lee, that was his name, Lee. And then Lee, you did it. You did your thing. Your baby, she did her thing. Okay. So you left him. You picked you on up at that point. Where were they stationed at? Or was he done at that time with the military?
When we were where?
When you graduated from college, was he done with the military?
Oh yeah, he was done. He was working for.
So where was he at?
He was still in El Paso. He's working.
So stayed on the EP.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So,
yeah, he was working for Raytheon.
Okay. Yeah. Shout out to Raytheon. They try to keep you. Once you get out of the military, they try to grab a hold of you. That's what they try to do. Okay. So did you go back to EP, or did you say no? I'm gonna go ahead and.
I went to Austin.
Okay.
And I wanted to stay in Texas because I love Texas. I had a funky good time. I mean, I was going to Dallas, I had any place but Lubbock, right? So I'm going to Dallas and I was like, woohoo!
Right.
Going to Austin, 6th Street. Shout out to 6th Street.
6th Street, you get in trouble out there. Don't go out there listening to the music.
So yeah, I had a good time, and then, I wanted to go to Houston because that was my dream, and I came to Houston and I was like,
you hit
oh
Chocolate
my
City.
God, I've got, I moved into Austin. Austin was okay, but when I got to Houston.
Come on now tell me, now let's talk about this real quick because there's somebody listening, I think, and they need to hear this. And I try to explain to them the dynamic difference between Austin and Houston.
Right.
Okay. So you've been in Austin. It's a great place. Trust me. It's a great place.
Keep Austin weird.
You know what I'm saying? It's a great weekend place.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You get away, go for the weekend, but you leave.
And you can canoe downtown. It's beautiful.
There you go. You know what I'm saying? But that transition, you came to Houston. What did it do for you and to you?
Well, I'm gonna back up a second. So I was home about a month, and my family believed that if you were out of school, you needed to start working right away. They don't believe that you can just sit around at home and do nothing.
Well, listen, the way you're talking about Lee, I already know Lee wasn't gonna let you do that anyway.
Yeah, he was like, "What are you doing? How what's your next goal?" I think I had graduated, and as soon as I woke up the next morning, he was like, you can't stay here. So do you have a job? Like, what are you doing? So, I had 7 job offers, but I wanted to get some rest. And he's like, well, you need to take one of those. And it wasn't strange because this is the way it was my whole life. I mean, it wasn't abnormal. So I moved to Austin. Austin was cool, but it was just different to me because, it's the whole keep Austin weird. And, Austin it's a nerdy town, it's kind of a tech town. And so I'm a creative spirit. So, it was a little odd fit for me.
Right.
And so when I moved to Houston, Houston was just so big. Poppin'. I mean, it was popping. It was like Disneyland, but for adults. And I was like, wow, this is the big, bad world of Houston. There's so much going on. These freeways, if you're low on gas, you're going to be screwed.
Right.
So I just like the whole flexibility of it. To me, Austin is just, you kind of have to be a tech nerd to go to Austin, and and this was back when Austin was small. They got Pflugerville and all this stuff now, but back in the day, it wasn't that. Yeah, it wasn't. It wasn't all that stuff. So, but 6th Street was fun and all the music. I did love that about it. Where Houston doesn't really have that, but so it was just very different. I just think as far as industries, Houston has a lot more industries where Austin did not.
Right.
And so I loved Houston, and Houston was it's intimidating because it's so big. And I think going from a small town, which I considered Austin at the time, and going to a place that was probably 10 times as large, I was just like, woo.
And so many people don't realize how big Houston is.
Houston is, and then, being in Lubbock and then going to Austin, and then going to Houston in a very short period of time. Lubbock to me was like a, 4 stoplight town. I mean, it wasn't really that big. I mean, I'm sure it's bigger than that, but I'm saying it was just really, it was a college town, just like a small college town. And, you know, Houston is a mega, and it's even bigger now than when I lived in Houston. It's just a mega city. I mean, you could probably put Atlanta 4 times in Houston. I mean, it's huge. So there's just so much more to do here. And so when I got here, I was just like, this is everything. There's so many different nationalities here, and growing up as an Army brat, I love different cultures and stuff like that.
Crazy diverse.
Yeah. Right? So I just loved, you know, I just was drawn to that. And then being living away from different nationalities, living around different nationalities made me want to be around my people a lot more, because, you know, it's great to live in Iran and be around Iranians and live over here, be around Germans. But, you know, I really hadn't been around my people a lot because I'm, you know, being around different nationalities. And so Houston allowed me the opportunity to be around my people, is around all kinds of people, you know, where in Germany, you don't have that option, or in Iran, there's not a lot of Black people that are in Iran, you know, so it just afforded me the opportunity to be around everything all at the same time.
Shout out to diversity. Listen, when you can get out here, you can do what you need to do. I mean, and see some of everybody, because you're used to seeing some of everybody. You know what I'm saying? It just makes it like a full circle thing.
Oh, is somebody saying Red Raiders? Yes.
Yeah. Ken know about that stuff. You know, Ken Army guy. Yeah. Ken Turner, 1409 podcast. He do it big out there. You know. Okay, so you left Lubbock, went to Austin, came to Houston. What did you do in Houston?
Houston, I was working in the hospitality industry, and then I went to a temp agency and started working for Texas Instruments.
What? A total flip.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. It was a temp job. I loved it. Because I like learning new things. And so, you know, it was one of those things where they were asking for college graduates. And if you're a college, you know, back then, if you're a college graduate, you know, you could get,
that's all they needed.
That's all they needed. And it just really showed you could start and finish something. You know, it's much more competitive and different now, but this was years ago. And so I started working for Texas Instruments, loved it.
What did you do there?
I was actually kind of I was doing quality control, which, you know, helps me now with what I'm doing now. So people would put components together and I would check the quality, and it was really tough. I'm like, no, this doesn't pass. Come on now. I was like, I'm sorry, this is not in specs.
What? So you were at QC?
I loved it.
And you were jumping on them.
Oh, no, I would just reject it. I mean, it's not in spec, so I would just kick it back.
So you just reject you. Yeah. So you like inspector number 12 back in the days. Remember that commercial used to come on, inspector 12? Right. She ain't inspect nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Okay, so you do Texas Instruments. How long did you do that for?
I did that for about 4 or 5 years. I loved it. Yeah, it was a really cool job. So got promoted, moved on up there because you was one of those people that excel, because you learned from Lee and Mama, right? They don't be doing options. We got time for that stuff. We jump on our stuff, right? Okay. So now at that 4-year mark, what did you decide to go do at that point? This was when Eastern Airlines was.
Come on now, shout out Eastern Airlines. Listen, you don't know Eastern Airlines is. Listen, everybody don't remember Eastern Airlines now.
Okay, I'm going back. So people don't know. I'm going back to when I lived in Texas.
Eastern Airlines, what? Let me tell you. So, I used to know the daggone jingle. You know what I'm saying?
So this is a really crazy story. So people are gonna listen to this. They're like, what? So Eastern Airlines was, you know, because I traveled all over the world, and I thought, you know, they're doing a call out for flight attendants. I said, oh my God, I can do that. So they get in and start, you know, doing the call out and interviewing. And they said, what is the worst thing about flying? And I said, crashing. And they were like, no. You're not going to be called back.
So that was the end of your thought of being a.
They wanted things like, you know, being away from your family, you know, and I think because I'm a very transparent, honest person, you know, a lot of times in corporate,
you just gave them it real.
Yeah, a lot of times that's one lesson that I had to learn. I didn't learn it that day, but you know, corporate America doesn't always want to know the truth. True. You know, it's like the emperor's new clothes. They don't want to know that he's not wearing any clothes. And it took a while because, you know, my upbringing was very transparent.
Right.
No, you won't do this, you know, and no, you won't do that. So that's what I learned and mimicked in corporate America. Was like, oh no.
And so you just really being truthful and transparent, right? And you would think it's kind of like, you know, how you when people go out and do these, especially in the hospitality business, right? They have these surveys they give you. because they want to see if you're a perfect fit for our company.
Right.
So the one you gotta be like, huh? You know, and so
Right.
they start asking you these questions. Of course, then they give you about 200 questions. I want to make sure they word it a different way.
Right, exactly.
You know, so you don't try to go back and then
Like
you're
a
thinking,
psychiatric
yeah, you know what I'm
evaluation
saying?
type deal, right?
You know, they did it from Survey Monkey. Got somebody to do that, but that's all they did. But you know, you learn that in grad school, but ain't how to do it because you do a bunch of those. But it's just one of those things where, and you're right. Sometimes in those in the corporate level, they don't really necessarily want. I say the right person. They really don't want the right person.
Right.
They want somebody who's gonna fall in with their values, and I got it's their company, so they can do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not hating on them at all.
And that's exactly
it's
what I'll
their
do
system.
in my company. I'm gonna hire
Right.
somebody who gets on with my value proposition. But
Right.
as a young adult,
Mhm.
I honestly thought the worst thing, was crashing, because when I'm up, flying and I feel the turbulence, that's what I'm thinking.
And
Or
that's the answer.
yeah, they were saying something like missing their family, and I was like, missing my family.
Right.
My dad was in Korea. He was gone for years at a time.
Right.
So I don't know what you're talking, so
Mhm.
I didn't do well. So the training, it was a free ticket to Atlanta.
Okay. Hold up now.
My girlfriend from Texas Tech was
Goddamn
living in
Texas Tech.
Atlanta.
She was living
in
what?
Atlanta.
And where was she from originally?
She was from Kansas. And so she was living in Atlanta, and she was
Dorothy.
she was like, girl, don't worry about it. Why don't you come, so when you're here in Atlanta, why don't you just stay the weekend? Because the ticket was open-ended. So
Here it comes.
we were the same size. And
What year was this?
Oh God.
Because I'm gonna tell you what was jumping off. What year was this?
This was right around Freaknik.
I want to know. That's what I want to know, because I'm telling you, if you got invited down to Atlanta during those years and you experienced a Freaknik, you were not gonna leave.
That's what happened. So, she said, because I only brought like a couple of clothes, and so, I didn't bring, because I wasn't gonna be there long. So she said, hey, come on, because the ticket was open. This was back in the day. The ticket was open, and it was when they had the red tickets, and the marker. They did the marker in red when you wrote your ticket back in the old school. These old school tickets.
Okay,
so,
I know about them old school tickets now.
So I went down there and stayed. It was Freaknik weekend,
Ooh,
and
Lord,
I had never seen.
What year was this? I don't want to say I might have been down there.
I'm not going to tell
but listen,
you.
I might have been there. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
I'm not going to tell you the year, but it was Freaknik weekend, and I will tell you, I had.
See, she done did some old alleged stuff. That's why she ain't trying to tell you what year it was when he jumped off.
I'm not going to name names.
No names ever. Now we can put some years out there, because I just want to make sure, because I was turned. Listen, I was slid through there. You know what I'm saying? It was only nighttime. I don't do nothing in the daytime. So if it was daytime and something happened, I'm gonna tell you right now, G5 wasn't there. God damn it. You gonna know I wasn't there.
I was when they had Fat Tuesday. Oh my God, on Peachtree. Oh my God. So that was what I experienced, and I was like, I'm having a funky good time in Houston, but this is just
how do I go
back?
And all that chocolate out there.
Next level. I said. So I ended up just moving to Atlanta.
Come on now. Hold up. Time out now. So you just went out there, check out Eastern Airlines, was honest about your answers. They said no thank you.
My girlfriend said, hey.
Call Freaknik. And messed around and said, hey, I need to go back and pack up. I'm going back to pack up.
Yeah, my girlfriend said, you can stay with me. Don't worry about paying the rent. I'm making good money.
Friends always say that. Shout out to friends that say that but don't mean it.
No, she meant it.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, she meant it.
What's her name?
Karen.
She's still out there? Now, Karen, shout out to you, because you probably one of the real friends that said, hey, don't worry about them. I got you, sis. And you really got it.
Yeah, I'm godmother to her children. So
it's probably because you from Kansas.
Yeah,
that's
so
what
she
it
meant
is.
It. So
she was hanging out with Dorothy now.
So yeah, she meant it. And every time I tried to get a lease for an apartment, she's like, no, stay another month. So no, it was like we were having a funky good time. Woo. So, I went to Atlanta, and it was, Houston was cool, but Freaknik is just, it's,
Girl,
Houston doesn't have
you keep talking about Freaknik now, like you don't want to tell what year this was. Now you ain't gonna keep saying Freaknik in here.
But
you done said Freaknik about 12 times now, and you around here, you ain't trying to tell me what year. I'm trying to see what's around there.
I'm not talking about what year, but I will say that was when I moved to Atlanta. So I moved to Atlanta. Stayed there, came back, got my stuff, and
just you hauled it back.
You hauled it back and moved in with her. And
what did you have any thoughts of what job you gonna take, or you just Freaknik just had your mind?
I just said,
did you meet somebody doing Freaknik?
Oh, I met quite a few people.
And then shout out there. That's why she ain't gonna talk about what year it was. Because somebody got left behind. Somebody got left behind. What we got on there? What are you talking about? What going on to Earth 32, G? Hey, the hoodie is hot. I'm going to tell you that. That hoodie is popping right there. Ooh, look at that right there. Hold on. Hey, merch will be out next month. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay, great.
Merch will be out next month. You know what I'm saying? But it's gonna be serialized, and it's gonna be so everything I do is gonna be just 50 or whatever it is. I'm only doing 50, and they're all gonna be numbered. You know what I'm saying? Like really serialized. You know what I'm saying? Because it's about quality with me.
But I love the color blue, so I need to get. I see all this red and black in here, but I don't see any blue.
You talk like we ain't playing in here. Listen,
I see
you got that Sprinter was red. When the red, don't play.
It was. I mean, that Sprinter was. I rolled up in there. I got like video. I'm like, I want everybody to see this. It's just me in here. It was fabulous and still is. So, yeah, Atlanta was just next level. So I just, I got my U-Haul, drove down. I called Papa. I said, Papa, I'm moving to Atlanta.
Because he could say that. Lee couldn't say nothing because his baby was grown now. She was real grown.
He couldn't say anything. He said safe travels.
Yeah, that's all he was saying.
But he liked it because he was from Alabama, so it was
closer. Okay, it was close by.
Yeah, okay, he wasn't in LA, but his family lived there, so he
right.
Like
so somebody can get to you, if they need be,
cool.
right?
It's cool.
Okay, so you get back to Atlanta. What we start doing?
I didn't care because I knew I was a hard worker. So
hold up.
I didn't care.
Robin, that's not the way to talk to the kids out here now. You said you didn't care because you knew whatever you did, you gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, I just went to a part-time agency and just said, "Hey, I need a job." And to be honest with you, I was delivering plants. I didn't even care. And a van, I didn't care.
That's what I'm talking about.
I knew
that's the entrepreneurial spirit already. See, I'm starting to feel the entrepreneurial spirit.
I didn't care. I mean, to me, if you're a hard worker, know you can outwork anybody.
It don't matter what you do. Do it.
I was outworking anybody when I started, so I knew that I could make money. I just didn't know what I was going to do. I said,
Girl, you just hit me hard with that one right there.
I said I was delivering plants. I said I can make money anywhere.
Oh, say it again.
I can make money anywhere. So I knew that it was.
So why do people chase money then? Why do people chase money then? Because they don't have confidence in themselves that they can go make money. That's why.
I know I can make, because if you're a hard worker, they're going to see that. People are going to see that. Like I was talking about on the Clubhouse call, I was saying not everybody wants to work. They don't. They don't want to work.
They really don't.
So, that's why I'm looking for.
Here it goes.
A virtual assistant. And so, some people don't want to work. Some people just kind of want to skate along. And, my business isn't about skating along. So, I'm working hard and I need somebody working hard. And if they're not going to work hard, then they probably need to go to the other business.
The damn.
So.
And that's the thing. You're right. People don't want to work hard, but it's not even work hard. People don't want to work. I found out something.
They don't.
That might be a secret to you, right? People. You say people don't want to work hard. It's hard. It's hard to find people that want to work. So then you're not gonna find nobody want to work hard. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I said it on the call, because people were talking about different things about how they were scaling their business, and I said I'm having a hard time to find people who want to work. I know. Now, if you have a job that's like if you're working in a job where it's kind of robotic and you don't have to really think about it, that's different than that's a managerial job, right? But I'm saying that's what managers, and that's why people apply for those manager jobs. And I'm not talking nothing bad about managers, okay? We all need them, right? But it's just a system that's already there, and you just got to make sure you keep going. You know what I'm saying? But the problem is, this is what happens, and I know I ain't telling you nothing you don't know. You might. When we hire people, right? We ask them all these dumb questions. But what happens is people wind up hiring managers. And if we're an entrepreneur and we have a company that we started and we built it, right, a manager is not going to be good for our job. So anybody that works for us, and this saves people frustration. I promise you, I'm gonna save you frustration. I can't wait. Don't hire somebody who is a great or excellent manager to be in your company, your entrepreneur. They're going to hurt your company. You know why? Because they're system based. Right. They only can do things in a system. You know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing bad. Like I said, because there are plenty of corporations and businesses who need managers. But that's what separates everything from the entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? There's the entrepreneur, then there's the successful entrepreneur. The successful entrepreneur needs individuals who are entrepreneurs to work for them because one, they'll understand that things are ever changing. You know what I'm saying? We don't, if something happens and it's not what we want it to happen, we don't sit here and be like, oh my God, this happened. And we totally catastrophize in it, right? What we do is we bounce and be like, boom, okay, this right here. Oh, this happened, boom, boom. We don't sit here and sulk and cry because something happened that we didn't expect to happen. It's just a part of entrepreneurship. So if I hire somebody that thinks that way as an entrepreneur, I promise you, you would never have a problem. And that's just some advice to you when you hire your next virtual assistant person. You know what I'm saying? I would ask the question, are you an entrepreneur? Okay. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. Honestly. And that's a real talk. And I guarantee it will work. Shout out for me right there. Because right now, Robin is thinking right now. She's like, oh, shoot.
I am thinking.
She's thinking now. You know what I'm saying?
I am thinking. My brain is really thinking because I definitely
made her think.
Yeah.
I made her think.
Well, I like to be challenged and I like to think because I think one of the things I want somebody to, this is the way I describe it. If we go to a cocktail party and I bounce the ball to you and I go and leave, is the ball still going to be in play when I get back? Or is it going to be dead?
Say it again.
If we go to a cocktail party and I bounce the ball to you, is the ball going to still be in play when I get back, or is it going to be a dead ball? If it's a dead ball, I got the wrong person on the team. If it's in play and you're going to bounce it back to me, then I got the right person.
Because you ain't got but 3 seconds when you get the ball. If you stand there, is you gonna dribble the damn thing? That means you have to have an action to it. What I talked to you about in the beginning, right? Mm-hmm. I said, hey, quit. You know, we got to quit being around these like-minded people.
Like action. I
love be around the like action people. So so it goes with what you just said. If we go to the dinner party and I throw you the ball and I come back and it's a dead ball, then I already know.
That's
right?
A problem.
You done got a 3-second violation because you in the paint. You know what I'm saying?
Right, I know.
You ain't started moving.
Yeah.
So there was no movement that started.
And I'm coming back like, what just happened?
Right. No, I'm coming back like,
Yeah,
you done.
Yeah, that's exactly
you
what
done.
I'm like. Right. Game over.
Right.
Like easy to hire, easy to
Come
fire.
on now. And them shout out to that. But I guarantee you hire an entrepreneur, you won't fire them. It won't happen. Because they'll be hungry. But you're gonna already know you're not gonna keep them long.
Right.
Which is a good thing because
they're trying to learn how to be an entrepreneur for their dream business, and that's fine.
And that's what we want.
Yeah, we want.
I promise you.
And you never know, you might be able to collab with them at some point.
Yeah. And so if you have that open conversation, say, hey, check this out, man. Hey, you're an entrepreneur. Listen, I want you to roll. I only want you to work for me. Right. You know what I'm saying? I want you to outwork this and I want you to get better. And I want you to roll and continue to do your thing, right? You know, so I'm just asking you to give me this much time. Right? Because I already know if they give me 8 months or whatever, right? I already know at month 5, I'm already looking for the next one. Because one, that person, that new entrepreneur, they're going to bring another spirit to me, the spirit of entrepreneurship. Because think about it. And this is why I say if we hire these people, right? You already like to be around like action people, right? And most of the people you're around, I promise you they're entrepreneurs. I guarantee you you're not around a lot of managers.
No.
I guarantee you're not around a lot of people who just probably go to a 9 to 5. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? But I guarantee you. Now, it's not to say they're not successful business people, because they are. They're successful managers and they're all that. But if you really pull the onion back and you look at the group of people that hang around each other as in a group, I guarantee you, manager style people and whatever they're doing, they hang with each other. Entrepreneur style people, they hang with each other. So why would I hire people who don't have an entrepreneur spirit? But yet I want to hang around people who have an entrepreneur spirit. Shout out to that right there. Shout out to it now. Y'all better listen to what I'm trying to tell you right there.
No,
I'm trying to help. I'm trying to help somebody. I want to help somebody.
It makes sense because I think what happens is you get frustrated because they're not moving fast enough, because you're talking about somebody's talking about walking and you're talking about running. You know, you're talking about running because everything's dynamic, you know, so this is happening. So therefore this is happening. So therefore this is happening. You're talking about sprinting and people are talking about walking and crawling. You're just like, no, no, So no, I'm definitely going to look into that because I need a rock star. I don't need someone who's going to be complacent. I know I'm gonna get frustrated. Because I've had 5 of them and I've let them go.
And if you go back and peel the onion back on all 5 of them, I guarantee you, you'll see the same thing in all 5 of them. I promise you.
I'm gonna do that on the plane ride home. Yeah.
And this is just really real talk. You know what I'm saying? And sure, someone could lie. Oh, I'm an entrepreneur. Okay, it's too easy to ask certain questions to see. It's too easy to ask certain questions to see if they really are. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because there will be a bunch of accomplishments or a bunch of failures. Right?
Yeah.
Those are the telltale signs of all of us as entrepreneurs. You know what I'm saying? We failed and we've accomplished. That's what we've done. And if a person can't sit here and talk about, well, tell me some stuff you entrepreneur. Well, I can tell you my failures. I can tell you my entrepreneur. Me being an entrepreneur, I can tell you my failures. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I can tell you what happened. I can tell you the growth after each one of those failures.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And how they all turn into, and yes, I'm just saying the word failure, even though I don't see it as a failure because one, I grew from it, you know what I'm saying? And I made something out of it. But it was one of those things, okay, what I intended to accomplish, it didn't quite happen that way. But what I did was I put a spin on it.
You pivoted, yeah.
Pivoted. It's them 3 P's. I can't remember the P's. This girl named Caitlin, she talked about them damn 3 P's. Pivot was one of them. I love that. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. And we have to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so because now when we go choose a mate or somebody we want to date, right? What do we do? We're talking to them and we're trying to see what your mindset is. If your mindset is of that managerial mindset, if you're an entrepreneur now, then you're gonna be like, no, this ain't gonna work. Because one, you got limits. As an entrepreneur, you don't have limits.
Well, I think too, if you're talking about the challenge too is when you start having conversations about your day.
Okay, talk to me.
And you start explaining different scenarios and they start giving you advice that you're just like, what? You know, like, whoa, you know, like, you know, and it's not like you're asking them for advice, but you want people to really understand what you're talking about. You know what I mean? Why this is a challenge or why it's not a challenge.
Right.
And so, you know, so I think that's where an entrepreneur can understand the things that are going on within these conversations when you're having a sales call or when you're trying to propose something to someone and maybe provide some solutions where people are like, well, why would you do that? Okay. Why not? Why wouldn't I? You know, and you're just kind of like scratching your head like, why are they not on board with what I'm talking about? So that becomes a challenge because you want somebody who's going to challenge you.
There you go. Cause you don't want to be the smartest person in the room.
Right.
You don't want that. Like
you want to hire
who the hell wants that? That's right. Then that's why I'm saying that rotation of people.
Yeah.
You give me 8 months. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know what you're doing. I'm support what you're doing. Hey, just give me 8 months. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to help you go toward the direction you want to go.
Right.
It gives me the 5-month mark. I'm looking for the next person. Right. Because like I said, when that person comes in, they're going to spark me. I'm going to be sparked by their energy. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going to show me some shit I don't know.
And that's phenomenal because you would love to streamline your processes or do something that you didn't even know was possible. And you're like, oh my God, thank you. So you have now incorporated an operating system or some type of streamlining process or something that you didn't even know was possible. And now you're benefiting from that you didn't even know was going on. You're like, oh my God. Yes.
All day. Shout out to Pam Mula. Goddamn, my boo done jumped in the damn room. I had to put that out there. You know what I'm saying? Pamela was a girl. You know what I'm saying? That's that.
Oh, is that the P?
You know what I'm saying? Hey, y'all need to follow Pamela. If you don't, follow her on YouTube, follow her on Instagram.
One with the 3 Ps?
If you want to, if you want, no, she's not the one with 3 Ps. That's Caitlin. Okay. But Pamela, she's a great mind.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? She's in the industry, but she's way more than that industry. Like she's just really, she talks from here. You know what I'm saying? She acts from here. You feel what I'm saying?
I love it.
And so she's really a great mind. You know what I'm saying? We talked the other night for the first time vocally. We talked and but I kind of follow each other. But we had a great conversation, you know what I'm saying? And this is once again like action people.
That's the key word.
Like action people. And so we connect on the like action, you know what I'm saying? And but like she's gonna do some great things and you know, I'm hoping to see her on TV soon. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna go ahead and shout out that out right there. You're gonna be on TV, girl. Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Because she's just that brilliant. She's out there in Miami. She's out in Miami, so she's doing big things. But you're right. So we have to, you know, look for those people like that. But let's get back to your story. Let's get back to you, because
it's all about me anyway.
We were in Atlanta. It's been all about you since you know what I'm saying. Don't play with me since
last week.
Last week, you know, we were talking.
Right. Thank you so much for that. And God is good.
So you're it didn't matter what you was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You went to the temp agency. You were doing your thing in Atlanta.
Mhm.
So when did this whole thought of cigars come about?
I had went to because I was so close to the Caribbean, so I had went down to Jamaica. Back then.
Oh shit! Because you was out there Freaknik, so you said I'm gonna
Jamaica
go hit the
mon.
Jamaica. You know what I'm saying?
Jamaica mon.
Ooh, did y'all have this in Jamaica? Wink and drink. What? Did you have it? A wink and drink. What? Yeah, I know you need to feel it right there. So I had to throw it on you. Had to throw it on you.
Hit 'em, G.
It's 5 o'clock. It's time to leave. I dig into my pockets, pull out my car keys, grab my wallet, walk out the front door, unlock my phone, open the app store. I need a place to meet and think. Found a brand new app called Wink and Drink.
Yeah.
It's Wink and Drink.
Hey.
It's Wink and Drink.
Come on.
It's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet.
Come on.
Shoot. It's Wink and Drink.
Hey.
It's Wink and Drink. It's Wink and Drink. A brand new app where people meet. Man, shout out to Robert in here in the building right now, straight out of the ATL. That came in, won the damn award last night. She killed their ass, you know what I'm saying, at the Spades Fest. Cigar Apparel and Accessories of the Year, you know what I'm saying, presented by Spades Cigars. Blue Smoke ATL 2021. She came in and killed the damn building.
Yeah, shout out to Spades Fest for having that to really put together an awards for the cigar community. And I think the biggest thing is to really say that the awards are for people who are helping the cigar community to grow. So are you making an impact in the cigar community? And so this is what this is all about. And so I was honored to be nominated. I was nominated in 2 categories, Sister of the Leaf, and as well as Best Apparel and Accessories, and ended up winning for Best Apparel and Accessories. And I was super excited. And we also won for Atlanta Cigar Week. I'm an ambassador for Atlanta Cigar Week. So, I mean, it was like ATL shut down. I was
Come on now. What y'all winning there just did it?
So tonight is She Smokes two with Octavia.
Hold on. She smoked who?
She Smokes two.
What is that?
So it's an event where, Octavia is the president of the ambassadors. She's also founder of Atlanta Cigar Week. And it's really where she started this, event years ago, where it's kind of a safe haven where women can come to events. Because a lot of,
dudes can't go?
No, I'm saying, a safe haven where women would go to events because a lot of the times, they were just male dominated events.
Okay, got it.
And so it just kind of made it comfortable because a lot of women would be at those events and stuff. So this she's been doing this, probably for 10 years now. And so this is actually Atlanta night. So all the people from Atlanta will be there. Yes.
I love that.
Yes.
Damn, shout out to Atlanta up in there.
Yes.
Come on now.
So,
ooh.
Yeah, so it's exciting because Atlanta and Houston have really strong connection. Houston came down during Atlanta Cigar Week. They brought like 1 million people.
Yeah, they show up now.
I mean, I was like, wow, I didn't, when they said they were coming, I didn't realize it meant.
Come on, how Texas roll. You know what I'm saying? Period. You know how it rolls.
I was like, and this was in the middle of the pandemic, so we were thinking.
Hey, well, ain't nothing shut down around here. Everything been going.
We didn't know that.
Corona being smoked out with the cigars. So that's how that thing went.
We didn't know the whole city of Houston was coming. So it was, so a lot of times when they, come, we support them and coming here. So we just have like a sisterly relationship, sister and brotherly relationship with Houston.
Right.
So we support them. Spades has come to Atlanta several times. I was here for New Year's.
Right.
And so we just kind of go back and forth between the two cities. Not that we don't do it with Dallas, but I'm saying Houston, we just have a special place and they have a special place for us. So, it's all good.
Okay. Yep. All right. So, what made you get into the cigar thing? So now you're in Atlanta.
I'm in Atlanta. So you could fly to Jamaica for $199. And so, back then, you could stay at like Sea Breeze, fly down to Jamaica. You could get like a little cheap room. Back then, we just didn't have a lot of money. So to us, you could fly down to Jamaica, get you a little room. And so you could buy these little Cuban cigars and, get the little cigarillos. And we just thought we were really doing it. So we just go down to Jamaica, go down to Puerto Rico. And so I just started smoking them. And it was just kind of just a cool factor, you know what I mean? Just be able to do, because it was really not a lot of women smoking back then, so started smoking cigars. And then I started smoking the blonde Perdermos, and I just thought I was doing it. You couldn't tell me nothing.
Okay, you said blonde Perdermo. What's going on with that?
So Perdermo has a cigar. It's the 10-year anniversary, and it's blonde in color. Ooh, and so it's like a mild cigar. And so I smoked that for years. It was just a beautiful smoke. It's just kind of mild. And so when you're starting off, a lot of times, you can smoke the mild, the medium, and bold sticks. Ooh. And so, you kind of want to smoke a mild one because you're just your palate is just being defined. And so you don't want to start off with a bold stick. And a lot of people want the bold sticks because sometimes they're trying to prove something to somebody
you moving too fast for me now. You told some bold sticks. What's a bold
stick? So
bold stick.
When you're talking about flavor profiles with cigars, there's mild, which is just how it seems. There's medium, and then there's bold. So when you first start smoking, your palate doesn't really know a lot about cigars, so you want to introduce it with a mild.
So there's an entry level into the cigar thing as far as the what's coming out, the potency.
Right. So you want to start off with a mild stick so you don't start coughing, or because you're not inhaling it like you inhale a joint or a cigarette. You're kind of letting it sit in your mouth. And so, when you start off with a bold, sometimes you can't control the smoke because you're unfamiliar with the process. And so if you start off with a mild, which is what Perdermo 10th year anniversary is, it's like the champagne one. It allows you to really kind of learn the process versus starting off with a bold.
Okay.
It's just too much. And so I started smoking Perdermos. I smoked Perdermos for a long time because I just wanted something. I just wanted to smoke. I didn't have to smoke, a bold cigar.
Okay.
I just wanted to smoke. And to me, Perdermos was just something that was light. I still had, I was still smoking, but I wasn't smoking a bold cigar. I think bold is something that you're smoking after you've been smoking for years.
Okay, then so I can't jump on the bold right now.
No.
I need to jump on that mild.
Yep.
That mild. So now, is it because is the tobacco rolled? I mean, not tobacco, but is the tobacco? Okay. Mm-hmm. Is the tobacco rolled loosely or something in the mild? Like, what's making it mild? Is it the curement of it? What?
It's the tobacco leaves, and it's about the process, and it's about the flavor and how long it's been processed. And it's kind of like, how should I would describe it? It's kind of like if you say, like when you're breathing it in, or when you're smoking it in, it just comes in smoother. You know what I'm saying? When you're inhaling it in, and the whole overall process, it doesn't have the harshness of something that's a bolder flavor. I mean, it doesn't have that harshness. It's got a smoother inhale when you're bringing it in through your mouth.
Okay, got it.
So when you're doing a bold, you're ingesting a whole bunch of flavor, a whole bunch of notes, a whole bunch of flavor profiles that your palate's not ready for because you've never even smoked a cigar. So,
so I think that's what the problem is.
Yeah. So a lot of times, especially when you're talking about men, they want to start off with a bold, and you're like, you haven't even smoked a cigar. So, and a lot of people start off, when they first start smoking, they start off with flavored cigars, like a Tatiana. And Tatiana has a whole bunch of flavored cigars. I never started off with flavored because I don't really like flavored.
So I think I would probably be a flavor person.
Yeah, so flavored is what they do is with the Tatiana, and I'll get back to the other cigars. But what they do with flavored cigars is they just inject a different flavor like honey or groovy blue into the cigars very quickly. They don't age it a lot over time.
Right.
They just inject it quickly. So you get that kind of sweetness when you smoke. So when you're talking about, and Tatiana is probably one of the number one brands of flavored cigars.
Is it expensive?
No, it's really $3.
$3?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, but people don't want to show up to the damn cigar bar with the damn $3. That's what becomes the problem, I think.
$3 to $5. They do all day long in Atlanta.
They roll up in there with $3 cigars.
$3 to $5, yeah. Because I mean, it's one of those things where everybody has to start somewhere. So nobody should
shout out to start now. You know what I'm saying? Shit. If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna start out. I'm not jumping. See, but I'm telling you, you educated me in this sense right here. I told you before, the time I smoked a cigar was in Afghanistan with one of my pilots. You know what I'm saying, and he said, hey, before we leave here, I want you to come over here and smoke cigars with us, right? But he's like a connoisseur of cigars. He's been doing it for years. I mean, he's down in what you call the place? Colombian, I mean, he's that type of cigar guy, right? And so he would say, he said, what he had to give me one. And I said, man, I ain't know what I was doing anyway. But he said, well, you ain't ready for one of these. I didn't understand what he was saying, but now you just educated me. You know what I'm saying? Because I guess what he was saying, my palate wasn't ready.
Your palate
was something that he was hitting on.
Right.
And he said, no, you know what? I got the right one for you. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't take offense to it. I like, shoot, I'm not going to really smoke it anyway. I was just going to look like I was smoking.
Well, there's two ways you can start off. You can start off with a flavored cigar, or you can start off with a mild cigar. I'm not saying you have to go to flavored. So there's mild. So you could say, listen, I want a mild cigar. You can smoke something like my father's La Promesa. You can go into a cigar shop and say, listen, I want a mild cigar.
Okay.
So that's really the conversation. I'm just starting to smoke. I want a mild cigar. The thing that I like is I like cocoa notes. I like chocolate. And so
when you say cocoa notes, what do you mean?
Like cocoa, like chocolate, cocoa. Like
cocoa, like the chocolate. Okay, got it.
So what that does is like that smooths out the smoke because you've got that cocoa notes going through the cigar.
Okay, got it.
So it's not that harsh when you breathe in. When you breathe it in. So when you have cocoa notes, it kind of smooths out the smoke.
Okay.
So a lot of people are just like, well, I want this. So what I like to do is use an app called Cigar Scanner.
Cigar Scanner. Let's go ahead and get that thing.
Yeah. So when you find one you like, you scan it. It tells you exactly where it's from, the binder, the wrapper, and it tells you similar cigars that are similar to that. So and it tells you can write down where you smoked it, what your experience was, what you liked about it, what you didn't like about it. So you can find like-minded smokes very similar to that and continue to grow your palate, saying, hey, I like this. I found out it had cocoa notes in it. I found out it had leather in it, different things about that. So, hey, when you go into cigar shop, I like this one. I didn't like this one. I think what people do is they just let people give them cigars. And, there's 14,000 boutique cigars. So how would this person know what you like? And your palate has, everybody's palates, there's no bad cigars. There's just different palates. So what I like, you might not like. Okay. So that's what I'm saying. So to me, you start off with a mild cigar, you smoke one. Did you like it? Did you not like it? Is it peppery? Sometimes they put too much pepper. I don't like cigars with pepper. I like a smooth smoke. I don't want any kind of.
Listen, hold up. You don't hit too many things for me. You talking about cocoa and pepper and everything.
That's why I'm saying it's an education.
This is deep.
It's an education that can take decades to really understand what you're smoking. But I think Cigar Scanner allows all that information to be scanned into a journal.
Right.
You can create a virtual humidor so you understand what you're smoking. What I think a lot of people who don't know what they're smoking is they just smoke what their friends give them. Right. And they go, I don't like that. Well, probably because your flavor profile, your mouth don't like it either. So, and you don't learn from that. You just, so Bill gives you one, Bobby gives you another one, and you don't know the differences between the two.
Okay.
You just keep smoking.
You keep smoking because you're going with the name.
You're going with whatever somebody gives you.
Right. True.
So you don't know that this is this or this is that. But if you scanned it in and say, hey, I like this one. What is it about it you like it? And maybe you should smoke one very similar to this one.
Okay.
So you can kind of keep smoking one in this line.
Okay. So let me ask you this right here. So if I went in, right, I'm going to go in on the mild.
Yeah. Just so you want a mild.
And I might get Tatiana.
Tatiana is flavored. Okay. So there's flavored and mild.
Okay. So I'm gonna need a flavor. Because I don't like smoke anyway. So
do one of each. Say I want Groovy Blues is probably the most famous Tatiana, and say I want Groovy Blues and I want a mild.
Groovy Blues and a mild. Okay, so now I'm only asking this question because let's suppose I'm here in Houston, okay, and I'm hitting the Groovy Blue, you know what I'm saying, a mild. So now let's say I go out to Atlanta, and I go to some cigar bar and I'm out there chilling, and somebody say, hey, hey, man, I want you to try this right here. But it may not be in the mild category because the middle one was what? It says it's mild. It's 3. Mild,
medium, and bold.
Okay, so now you might hit me with a bold, right? Because, oh, man, this is a great cigar. And I hit it. I'm really jumping the gun, pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, you might say, well, what type of smoke is that? Is that a medium? Is that a bold? Is it, you say, oh, it's a bold. You know what? That might be something I want to smoke later. And a lot of times it depends on what you ate, because if you don't eat on a full stomach, you're going to get sick.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah. Because you're talking about ingesting a bold smoke on an empty stomach. That's like.
Okay, so ingesting. So
I mean, not ingesting, but you're breathing
smoking.
in. Yeah.
Right. So do people inhale cigars?
Not like a cigarette.
Not like a cigarette.
Yeah, you kind of let it sit in your mouth and you blow
So
it
it's
out.
one of those things you just. So is it are cigars more of a social thing? Do you think, or is it something that people really? Some people can just really enjoy them because they like smoking by themselves.
Oh yeah, I smoke by. Yeah,
You
I'm
know,
a sister of the leaf. I smoke by myself in the daytime, nighttime. Yeah,
right.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
but so it's just basically you pull it in, hold it in your mouth, feel the
Mhm.
boldness, the mildness, or whatever it is.
Medium.
You know what I'm saying?
And then let it out.
And let it out.
Mhm.
You know.
And it gives you like a euphoria effect. A lot of people say that, it's like therapy because it does give you that kind of a euphoria effect when you do
Right.
smoke. But I think that, with cigars, there is a lot to know. You're learning a lot, just like with anything else. And I think people just need to understand like all money isn't good money.
Right.
All cigars aren't necessarily your palate.
Okay.
Just because somebody gives you a good cigar doesn't mean you say, oh, that's great, I'm gonna smoke it later. You don't have to smoke at that time.
Okay. So what's the big deal with the Cuban cigars? Like, what's the big deal with that
Cubans
right there?
are yummy. Okay,
Okay, like what is it? It's just because that's a communist area and you can't get them. Is that what makes those so good? Is it something about their leaves? I mean, what?
So most of the cigars started off in Cuba. Okay, so a lot of the families that have been doing cigars for hundreds of years started, this is a science that people started off hundreds of years and generations that passed down to their family, that passed down to their family, started in Cuba. And then they took the seed over to the Dominican Republic or to Nicaragua where they had the embargo and you couldn't get them in Cuba. So you're talking about people who have done this for hundreds of years who started in Cuba. So they might know a thing or two.
They probably know there's something like that. You know what I'm saying?
So
they got they got a secret recipe that ain't telling nobody. That's what it is, right?
So, the Cubans are, and I will say that, when they took the Cuban seed over to, Dominican or wherever they decided to grow it, they did a really good job because when they couldn't grow the seed in Cuba, they had to make something almost as good because we couldn't get the Cubans from Cuba. So they had a lot of time to get it right. So I'm saying that the Dominicans and the Nicaraguan cigars are good. I mean, you've got some amazing Dominican cigars. But sometimes the Cuban cigars, just because you're talking about people who had been there from the beginning, started really kind of that whole thing. And then they took some of the seeds and brought them over. So I'm just saying it's really a preference. You have some people who only smoke Cubans and they're Cuban snobs. They're just like, I only smoke Cubans. Sometimes it's a status thing. They say, oh, I only smoke Cubans. I'm an equal opportunity smoker. I smoke Cubans. It's about taste for me. It's about the quality. I've just really kind of had this Cuban run lately because I really didn't smoke Cubans because one, it's harder to get. And two, I had to educate myself with what's good. I had to start all over the process because I knew the Dominicans, Nicaraguan cigars. I didn't know Cubans. So I had to start from the beginning and learn, same kind of process I did in the beginning. And I had to really kind of be around people who smoked Cubans because I didn't really know Cubans. And Cubans are expensive. I don't want to just kind of figure some stuff out. I need somebody to kind of know. Like, I don't want to spend a whole bunch of money to try to, what are you smoking? Let me just try one of yours and then I'll figure out if that's
what you indulge in.
I'm like, I'm not going to spend all that kind of money on something I don't know nothing about. And this guy's like, once you smoke Cubans, and I think Cubans to me had they had kind of like a harsher when you inhale them. I mean, when you smoked them in, they were a little bit harsher. But there are some Cubans that are kind of a softer smoke. There's a Boulevard that's really a mild one.
Boulevard?
Yeah, that's mild. You would love that. It's kind of it's got a buttery smoke. I mean, it's just so smooth. Trinidad, just very smooth.
See, I'm just trying to imagine smoke tasting like some butter. You know what I'm saying?
Buttery in the fact that it's not harsh.
It's not harsh.
It's just smooth.
See, I guess my thing is because I just don't like smoke. Smoke is a problem for me. You know what I'm saying?
How are you going to smoke a cigar if you don't like smoke?
But that's what I'm saying. I want to try it.
Yeah, I think that
I'm not curious about it. It just
so I'm going to give you a list of cigars to try. I'm going to
Okay.
give you a list of cigars to try. I'm not going to send you in there, and if they don't have those, don't get anything else. And we're going to go from there.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm going to give you a list of cigars to try because I think what happens is people who love a cigar and then they get it. Well, that's a good cigar for them.
Right. Yeah.
And that may not necessarily be a good cigar for me or for you or for someone else. And so my thing is like, where are you in your journey, in your
Okay.
cigar journey?
Right.
What things do you like? Do you like chocolate? Do you
Mm,
like this? You know,
Right.
what things do you like naturally? Forget about cigars. What things do you like in general? That you do you like honey? You know, what things do you like?
I'm a honey guy. You know what I'm
So
saying?
you might want to try, you know, cigars that might have that in the cigar, so it kind of filters out some of that harshness sometimes you get with a cigar. So sometimes it's about understanding the person
Okay. Right.
versus here, try this.
Got
You
it.
don't even know anything about that
Right.
person.
Because it's almost like somebody who smokes different types of cigarettes.
Right.
Everybody can't. They don't like Cools. They don't like Newports. You know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things, right?
That's a great analogy. And you know, even
Goddamn, shout out to me for bringing the damn analogy out.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's just like weed back in the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody back in the day. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know anything
I
about
don't
that,
know
but
about weed, period. But
I
I'm
don't
just
know
sitting
anything
there
about
saying,
weed. I heard something about it. I don't know.
It's some weed on one side of town. The other side,
Yeah.
Listen, I don't know about the weed though.
You know, so it's just
Robin brought it up.
I just heard
She was out there in Freaknik.
I heard something about it, that there might be some differences. So it's really like, you know, your perfect example, Newport versus Marlboro. So Newports are very, very strong. And so it's a cigarette, but some people, you know, my aunt smoked Newports. And then you have some people who want, you know, those Salem Lights. So it's the same kind of thing.
Okay. Stacey Frank said it's like coffee. Find the flavor that you like. You're right.
Exactly.
It could be Maxwell House. It could be Folgers.
Right.
It could be, I don't know, coffee. I don't drink it, but you know what I'm saying? It's one of those things, right?
Yes. Instead of just saying someone gives you something and you smoke it and you don't even know and you have to go through that journey to know. It's not like you can just know off because you've never even tried it. So how would you know what it's going to be? And that's the fun part about it, because when you find something amazing, you know, you're making notes that it's amazing.
Right.
So that's the part that I love. And, you know, at this point I know, and then you're always wanting to try new stuff.
Right. Okay.
Somebody gave me an amazing cigar last night after I won. Shout out to Blue Smoke
shout out to the win again, Blue
ATL.
Smoke. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get into that. You know what I'm saying? A little later, we'll get into that thing right there. So at this point, you're in Atlanta. You go to some cigar. I don't know what drove you into the cigar places. You just
well, I smoke, so
I'm talking before you started the whole business thing. I'm trying to get like, when did you start even noticing something about cigars? I mean, because you talked about trying to be flight attendant
early on. I mean, once I started being a flight attendant, I went to Puerto Rico.
Hold up, we must skip something then. Hold up now.
No, I've been smoking for like 15
No, I'm
years.
talking about you a flight attendant?
No, I answered the questions incorrectly.
Oh, right. Oh, okay then. Okay, but you had hit some cigars before then. Okay then. All right, and she did.
I was saying
she
that
didn't inhale.
The $199 to go to Jamaica
and stuff
and
like
Puerto
that.
Rico.
So that's what introduced you into really kind of like, ooh.
You can get them for so cheap down there because when you go to the Caribbean, they're much more cheaper than they are in the US. So I'm just saying, when I would go down, you know, when I didn't get to be a flight attendant, I had some free time on my hands. So I was able to go to Puerto Rico.
She had free time and somewhere to stay. You know what I'm saying? Because her friend from Kansas who lived in Atlanta was gracious enough to let her stay there.
Right. So I got some money together, my part-time job, and knew I could, you know, get another job when I got back. So, you know, I went down there, you know, and bought some cigars and tried them and said, hey, these are cool. And so I came back and just kept smoking them. And, you know, it's just trial and error trying to find one that you like.
Right. Okay. So at what point did you get into the business? When did business Robin step out? Entrepreneur Robin jump out on us? I
had another business before this one. It was a career coaching business.
Career coach? Okay, go ahead now. Look at you trying to guide people in the right direction.
Yep. I had a career coaching business. Helping the military transition from military life to civilian life.
Goddamn, shout out to ACAP back in the days. You know what I'm saying? You get out and everything, so you can know what you want to do when you get out. Yep. Okay. All right. So you like doing that? Or you got tired of it after a while? I mean, but
I love doing it. What I didn't like about it was the money was so hard to, you know, it's hard to go through the red tape and get the money because you're getting paid, you know, through the government. And that was just, you know, nothing I want to do. I don't want it to take a long time to get my money.
Right. I like that. You know what I'm saying? That's where the self-gratification comes in there right there. I want my money. Give me my money.
So that was a problem. So I said, I got to find something where I could save my money sooner. So I was like, I love doing it, but I'm going to coach you, but I need to figure out how to get my money sooner. So, so that was disheartening because, you know, I've been around so many people in the military and I want to help them, but I gotta make some money. And so then I started, Blue Smoke ATL.
Okay, Blue Smoke ATL. When did it start? What year?
2019.
Okay. Oh, so you just jumped on this thing.
Yeah.
Hold up. Now this says 2021.
Exactly.
How the hell you do something you just started?
I asked you the same thing.
You did say about yourself.
I did say.
You go in.
Yes, I do.
You go hard in the paint.
Yes, I
Listen
do.
to this, y'all. Now, see, listen, I already knew she was gonna win before she left Atlanta.
Thank you.
Nobody told me nothing, but I knew she was gonna win, and that's why I really wanted on the show. Because I said, you know what, that's good. You come here to win the award, and you come on the show, you're gonna talk about it. And I said that, and look what happened. Bam! Don't play with me.
Yes.
Don't play with me.
Yes.
So you started in 2019. Was it the beginning of 2019 or
November?
No, So November 19, you started this thing.
November 5th. Yep.
And why did you get into it? And what made you want to get into it?
So I was a smoker, and I had some cigar pokers before, and I liked them because I thought, you don't have to burn my lips or my hands.
Right.
These are fancy. They're pretty. They're, these are everything. I'm like, I gotta have some of these. And so I had my girlfriends and I all had matching accessories. We were like in a little group. We had matching cutters and all this kind of cool stuff. And so I really felt, because I wanted custom, that I wanted more diversity as far as what was available.
Okay.
And so I thought to myself, why don't I make these? And so I talked to my brother, Bruce, who's, like my
damn, shout out damn Bruce.
Yes.
Damn Bruce doing his thing again.
Right. So
He ain't beating you up no more.
No, well,
He still beat you up.
Yeah,
damn, Bruce.
When I don't listen to him, but that's, I think, a brother and sister thing.
Okay, yeah, it's gonna be like that.
So I went to Big Smoke in Vegas, which is one of the largest smoking events, and I took some prototypes to Big Smoke.
Okay.
And I presented them to my peers and said, hey, what do you think about these?
Right.
And I had some people say, I really like these. And I came back to Atlanta, and I was in business about 2 weeks later.
Are you serious?
Very.
Serious.
Very
Just
serious.
Jumped on it right then.
Then I started selling during the holidays and was a little busy lady.
But how do you get to the point where there's volume enough to win cigar apparel and accessories of the year? Like, how do you do that?
I do a lot of custom pokers. So I make, people's, whatever they're looking for. So I was very busy. I work a lot of hours. I work probably 15 to 18 hours, or however many hours it takes to get it done. Because I just feel like, whatever it needs to be done, it takes a lot of hard work. I do have my pokers in about 10 locations now in Atlanta, and
10 locations, everybody.
And counting them. I'm here in Houston,
because you're trying to get it to what, end of the year, 20?
Yeah, 20 by the end of the year. Yeah.
I remember we had that conversation.
Yeah, 20 by the end of the year. I don't want much. I just want world domination. So
did you hear how she said that? We were just whispering. I just want world domination. You know what, G? That's all I want, world domination. We're gonna keep moving to the next step.
Yeah, I don't want much. I just want world domination.
Well, if that ain't Lee baby, I don't know who baby that is. That's Lee's baby right there now.
I don't want much. I just want world domination. And so the reason I started to do it was because I really felt like there wasn't a lot of options for men. I think a lot of men were saying, oh, those are for women. I said, no, not necessarily.
Right.
I think that I can make a handsome version for men. I think that, and they were like, no, those are for women. I said, no, I think that if you allow me. So what I do is I create 2 prototypes.
Okay.
And I say to them, tell me, the colors and whatever you're trying to do. And you can let me make 2 prototypes for you. And then you could pick one of the 2 prototypes. And if you don't like these 2 prototypes, then I'll make you some more. So, and that's how it started. And so I just make 2 prototypes, and the men were like, you know what, I like these. And so I just felt like men didn't have a lot of options. I think men thought that they were mainly for women.
Right.
And I think I felt like if I could give them and I had a guy I met in Vegas who told me some things that were very instrumental to what I'm doing. And I shout out to him.
Shout out to him in Vegas. What's his name?
Danny with Cigar Junkie.
Goddamn, Danny with Cigar Jenkins.
Junkie, yeah.
Junkie.
Yeah. And he has
OJ. I know OJ out there in I don't really know him, but I'm gonna act like I know him.
Yeah, so he was just really helpful, and he has got a cigar lounge as well called Lancaster in Pennsylvania. And so he was just really helpful and shared some things with me. And so I felt like if I could come up with a solution for men that they would buy from me, because I think a lot of the ones that are out there are made for women, and they're kind of blinged out and stuff like that. And so that's what I started. I had this vision that I was going to do some with skulls. And I walked into the Mirage into a tattoo shop, and I saw exactly the vision manifest into this tattoo shop. And I was like, wow, this is crazy. So I told a guy about it. He said, if you make it, I'll buy it. And I made it, and he bought it. So I knew kind of at that point, yeah, it was going to happen.
Well, you made him a custom thing, or you made a bunch of them?
I made a custom one for him. Yeah. And then it just kind of started after that.
Listen. Make a G5 one? Can you make a G5 one?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll buy it. I mean, I'll buy it.
Yeah, she wants. Kelly wants.
But I'm saying is, I can make sure they get sold too. I'll buy it, and you put it on your website. I guarantee you, them damn G5 pokers. Look at 5 cats. You know what I'm saying? Forget G5. I want the 5 cats poker.
Well, I mean, I could do one.
The 5 cats.
I could do one that's double sided.
But you got to remember, the 5 cats, it has G5 in it. I don't know if you get that detail with it.
I can, and I could do one that's double sided, so you could have both of them.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
But I guess, like I said, I'll be good just because the G5 was already inside of the.
I don't want to limit you.
Yeah, shout out! I was just trying to make it easy for her, but she didn't want her way out. I gave her 3 chances to get out of there. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen,
because people who want their way out never get on top.
Shout out! She don't know who she's dealing with right now, y'all.
I
think
G5
I do. Right here. You know what I'm saying?
I think I do.
I don't get out of nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm in there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. No, I mean, I do custom pokers. And so, you know, I mean, I make unusual designs all the time. That's my specialty. So, you know, I want to come up with things that are difficult to do. Anybody can do easy.
Ooh, that's my motto too. You know what I'm saying? I don't do nothing easy.
Yeah, I'm going to show you my custom poker, and then you'll understand what I can do.
You got it with you?
Yeah.
Let me see that thing. Let's see what we got over here with the custom poker. See what we poking. Let's see here. This Terry Jones must know you. Robin knew how to snook on a pool table and get the ball in the hole. She had a hustler's mindset and a hustler's outlook on life. That's how she succeeded. Okay, all right. Go ahead, Mr. Terry Jones.
Well, I don't even know you, but I think you're amazing. And if I do know you, I'm sorry I don't remember, but awesome.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Okay, go ahead, Terry. Mr. Terry Jones, Deacon Terry Jones. All right, Deacon. I don't know. You be watching my show. My show might be a little X-rated sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Okay, let me see what we got going on right here. Okay.
That's my custom poker.
Okay, Blue Smoke. Okay, I see you over there. Shoot, I think everybody need to get their own poker. You use this one too, don't you?
Oh yeah, it's mine.
That's for real. Hey, I think. Listen, y'all need to go. What's the website?
BlueSmokeATL.com, and all my social media is Blue Smoke ATL. I try to make it easy.
Listen, just go to Blue.
That's the only thing that's easy.
Got that shout out and then Robin in here. I like that right there. You know what I'm saying? So you just poke it and you know you hold your thing so you don't burn your finger. But see, you know, it's so I guess it's so cool to hold a cigar. That's the piece.
You would do it like
okay,
this.
Yeah, let me see that. You got another one? You got another cigar?
Let me see.
I just want to hold one while you poke the other one. Yeah,
I might have an extra cigar on
you know what I'm
me.
saying? Because you know, listen. This is how boss do it right here. You see, I
might have an extra cigar on me. I don't know. You know, as a sister of Leaf, I might have an extra cigar.
But Robert, check this out. Hold up, Robert. Let me pull Mike up. Watch this. Robert, listen now. I'm just gonna keep it real with you now.
Yes.
I'm sitting over here all sedated and everything in the corner, caught up. I'm just chilling.
Yep.
This is just so cool right here to hold a cigar for me. Like this is just cool. You know why it's cool? Because I'm mimicking Michael Jordan. Okay. Because that's the only person I really pay attention to that holds a cigar, and it's him. And you know, I mean, one time seeing him, he was just so that picture's in my head. You know what I'm saying? Period.
Right.
And I ain't never seen Mike with no poker.
But I'm saying when it gets down, so you wouldn't use it necessarily here, but when it gets down to here and it's starting to burn, When it's starting to burn, you don't want to burn your lips or your fingers. So you're using it toward the end. So all this is really gone. You've already smoked this part. So you're using it at the end. You're not using it like this because it's not even near the end of the flame. But when your cigar is down here, and the flavor profile changes as you smoke down.
Okay. Talk to me about it. See, now you about to hit me with some deep stuff now.
So when you're smoking a cigar,
flavor profile,
it changes when you smoke. So when it gets down to the end, it gets to be the good part. So you don't want to just throw that away. So when it gets to your, so right here is when you want to stick the poker because you've already smoked. So you're lighting it here, and it's smoked down, and you're down here. You don't want to burn your lips because it's almost at the end. So you want to take.
That's why people be holding on that little piece of.
Yes.
They be sitting
like
damn dude, just go get another one. They be like, no man, this is where it got good.
Right.
I've heard that. Yeah.
So it's kind of I heard like when you had a roach clip back in the day. Remember when you used a roach clip, you had it clipped onto that little piece and you didn't burn. So same concept. So when it gets down here, that's where you're putting in the poker. At the end, if you have a cigar that's rolled tight, sometimes your humidor might not be set correctly to the right temperature. You're going to use it to open up your cigar and get the tobacco leaves to move around a little bit, so it gets looser and it's easier for you to draw.
Okay, let me see what.
So it's called a draw poker as well.
Let me see what old Deacon Terry said. He said Robin gives off a great presentation of being educated, having common sense, and a first class of professionalism we've never met before.
Oh, wow. Thank you. Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to them. Terry, them going to get right there. Terry, you out here full of compliments tonight. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Terry. Do your thing.
Yeah,
you know
Terry. Wow. Thank you so much.
Terry's going deep on him.
Yes, he is.
But hold up. Terry said, hold on. This is what he said. He said he's the assistant minister and the backup deacon to New Bethel Church of Outreach Ministry in the West Range, right toward Memphis, Tennessee. He said, I'm great at reading people's intentions and attitudes. And that's where the second part came in.
Oh, okay, great.
So he was just trying to say, you know what I'm saying? Okay, that's good.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And I hope that comes across in my business because I like people to know that I'm serious about, pokers. I'm serious about, providing great customer service. Because the one thing I don't like is when people of color get accused of not providing professional service and business. And I want people to know, just like, the impression that you gave me by, showing up in Sprinter and doing the professional photo shoot when I came in here and this whole experience, I want people to know that I'm serious about it. And I give a guarantee if anything happens to my pokers, I'll either fix it or replace it. Either one, it doesn't matter. So I want them to know that I am very serious. And I believe that's one of the reasons that I won. So there are other reasons that I won. The quality of work of my pokers is exceptional.
Yeah, let's check out some of these pokers. You know what I'm saying?
So here's one here that has like a sword on it.
Yeah, my sword game's strong. So I like that. Okay, yeah.
Here's some for people,
I like this with skull on it too.
Yeah, exactly. Like so here's one that's a Buddha.
Okay, sure. You got a poker for something, a little something for everybody.
Oh, exactly.
Listen, you go in any room, you go ahead and turn the room out. Do you so when you go into you don't just go in there with a bunch of different pokers, do you? Or you just
I have a case that has about it holds up to about 80 different pokers.
Oh, for real? Oh, shoot.
Yep. And then I have all the sororities, not all the sororities. I mean, I have, deltas, aka zetas. I have zetas. Who else do I have? Kappas, omegas, Phi Beta Sigmas, AKAs. And I do custom, so it doesn't matter what I have. I can build. I can build it.
Listen, y'all heard what she said.
I can build anything.
She just said she can make a Cash Connect poker if you want one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's what she said. So there's no limitations. And let's see what Cassandra said. She loves your comment. Can outwork anyone. Love it. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. But see, I like that.
Yeah. So Kelly wants one with her company.
Does she? Okay.
That's what she was talking about when she was leaving.
Oh, was she? Okay. All right then. That's cool stuff right there. But this is, man. She said that it don't matter what she don't have because she can make it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't let that limit me. I have 70 pokers on my website. I have 40 on my Etsy because I'm on Etsy. I'm also on eBay.
So you got all of them locked in.
Yeah.
All platforms ready to go.
Except Amazon Handmade. So I'm not on that one yet.
But we about to be on it though, right?
Yeah.
We about to jump all on that thing. I like the coolness of I'm gonna give back to you. I'm looking at this cigar.
No, problem.
I'm just holding it. You know what I'm saying? I got it in the wrap. I'm just holding because it's just it's cool to hold. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those cool things to do. You don't do like this right here and be talking and yeah. You know what I'm saying? No, bang.
And I will tell people they don't always have to have a humidor. What they can do is they can buy some Bovita packs. This is my
Stacey Frank says shout out the AKAs who smoke. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, AKAs. I got you. Deltas.
You know
I'm an equal opportunity.
Let me see the AKA one.
I have 4 different versions of AKAs.
Let me see. Hold on now.
I don't believe AKAs.
You brought out 4?
I do believe I have all. Let me see if I have all 4.
Yeah, sure, it's showing out. I brought all 4 flavors of the AKA.
3. Oh yeah, here's 4.
Ooh.
Because I don't believe that everybody's the same, so I brought 4 different versions of AKAs.
Look at this right here. Listen, because them K's can be a little different.
Yeah, so the Kappas
from
can
one
be
another
too.
Yeah, I heard that too.
And I have different versions for Zetas. I've been selling a lot of Zetas.
Zeta's deep now. Don't hell they ain't deep.
So these are.
You must try to go to them Zeta streets and get beat up.
A lot of people think I'm a Zeta because I love blue, but I'm not. Right. Yeah, so I have different versions of Zetas. I mean, I can always make a custom one if you don't like it. But I mean, my Zetas have been like, woo, in the building. Shout out to some Zetas.
Yeah, shout out to them damn Zetas. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I put it along. Okay. Okay, listen. Okay, I see what's going on. Hey, listen. Any K's out there? You know what I'm saying? Stacy, a K.
I don't have my Bovita.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't have my Bovita packs, but a Bovita pack is really.
Stacy, you got a 4-piece over here.
Right. So all of my sorority and fraternities, except alphas, are $45. I try to make them reasonable because I really believe that, they're going to tell their sister or their brother. So I do. Alphas are $50 because they have an A5 bead. I'm an alpha angel. Shout out to the alphas.
Hold up. Damn it. You said what now? You said they're 50. Why are they 50?
Because they have an A5 bead in there, and that bead alone, it's got the A5A on it. I don't have it because I sold it, but so that cost me some money. But I can make them one without it, and I do custom, so it's never a problem.
Okay, so when we're doing custom, like what's the custom part that's coming in? That's gonna be custom. That's what so I can understand what I'm gonna get now.
So custom.
So when I get that 5 cast.
So your logo would be here. You see this?
Oh, it's gonna be. It ain't gonna be like this though. It's gonna be like in there.
No, that's AKA. That's not you.
No, I'm saying inside there.
So that's not you. Look at this. Okay. Imagine your logo in there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be encased and not.
Right.
Okay, I get.
So your logo could be here. It could be dual sided. You could have one logo here and one logo on this side.
I see what
so remember, I said don't be limited. You could put a logo here and you could put a different logo here since you have multiple businesses.
Got it.
You can put your picture here.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
There.
Right.
You could put a truck here, a truck there. You could put something, anything that you think, like Pandora of pokers.
Okay, got it. And then these things here, because I see you got like the
you would tell me like tops. What color? Well, you obviously red and black would be the colors.
Got the shout out there, red and black, and this red period. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Red and black would be the colors. So what I would do is do 2 prototypes, and then I would what I do for customers, I look at people's Instagram or their Facebook or have a conversation with them so I can better understand the people. I don't just start building pokers because I don't like to waste my time, and I understand. I mean, I've been here with you today, so I think I have a good feel for who you are. But if so I do 2 prototypes, and then I put the different things on them. Typically the men's don't have long chains. They typically just have like one because men don't like.
Yeah, we don't do all that tasseling stuff. Yeah. We ain't doing all that right there.
So they would have, or they might not have any. Like this one doesn't have a chain at all. So like you see how the Kappas just have one little thing there. So it's typically like that. And see how this one doesn't.
What's the name of that one?
This is just a wood bead poker.
Okay, that's cool though. I mean, it's definitely interesting. You look at the pokers. Okay.
So I have hundreds and hundreds of beads and different things.
So you got a full dress.
Oh yeah.
Ready to go at all times.
I stay ready. stay ready. You have to get
You
ready.
don't have to get ready. We stay ready. Mm-mm.
So I have over 70 pokers on my website and 40 on my Etsy page as well. I have different ones on my eBay, and then I make custom. So I like the fact that, there's some unique options that, so there's two kinds of people who say, I want something ready today, ship it today.
That's
That's
me right there.
You don't want to do custom. You just want to pick something
I want some custom.
and you want to ship it out. That's one group of people. I love you guys. It's on the website. Yeah, I got you.
This whole thing custom right here.
Okay, so you're not in this group.
Yeah,
you're not in this group. So that's the people who say, hey, I want this. Here's 4 AKAs. Give me the second one. Let me ship mine out. Then there's the other group of people who say, hey, I want some custom. I have an idea of what I'm thinking. And then you make a custom. It doesn't matter to me which one. Obviously, custom is more because you're determining what you want.
Right.
So if you don't want to, if you just say, hey, I like this Buddha poker, I want this exact one. And custom to me doesn't mean changing bead colors. That's not custom. If you say, hey, I want it.
Yeah, Alfredo I just had.
If you want it black versus blue, that's not custom. That's just bead color changes. That's not custom to me.
So custom is when you going in and
you changing stuff up.
Change some stuff up, get them colors right.
Yeah, changing, saying I want the pink bead on top and the blue with green. That's not custom. Custom is adding stuff to it, like adding logos, adding different, things that are specific to your business, specific to you. Does that make sense?
It does. I'm taking a picture of this real quick.
Okay.
Go ahead, keep talking.
So, I think that's what makes it custom and it makes it unique. And so I was mentioning earlier that I do give guarantees. If something happens to your poker, I will fix it or return it. The things that people love about my business, I've done 2 surveys recently, is the fact that my pokers are quality. They have a nice weight to them. They're unique in design. And typically, I look at $15 pokers like I look at disposable lighters. They can be disposable, and if they break, then you're not trying to really resurrect it. You just buy another $15.
Ooh, you went hard just then. You just went hard.
It's in an article that I wrote on the Life Guy website. So I just think that these are luxury pokers. If you're looking for something that's $15, I'm not the right fit for that. I do luxury pokers.
Quality.
Yes. And there's there's nothing wrong with buying a $15 poker if you smoke like once every 6 months, or your poker should match your other cigar accessories. If you have a disposable lighter, then you probably need a disposable poker. If you have a nice cutter, then you need a nice poker. Was that funny?
Bet you can't say it again.
I bet you I can.
Say it.
If you have a disposable lighter, then you need a disposable poker. If you have a nice cutter, you need a nice poker. Yes. It's like if you have quality shoes, you need quality, pants and shirt.
That's what they say right there. But if you need a hit, what I'm saying, you call us.
Right.
Then we hit this right here.
Yes. Ow!
We can drink what?
Yes.
A wink and drink what? A wink and drink what?
Hit 'em, G.
It's 5 o'clock. It's time to leave. I dig into my pockets, pull out my car keys, grab my wallet, walk out the front door, unlock my phone, open the app store. I need a place to meet and think. Found a brand new app called Wink and Drink.
Yeah.
It's Wink and Drink with the poker. It's Wink and Drink.
Come on.
It's Wink and Drink, a brand new app where people meet.
Come on.
It's Wink and Drink.
Hey.
It's Wink and Drink. It's Wink and Drink, a brand new app where people meet. Yeah. Drop pokers on their ass. That's what we doing. We poking them.
Yes.
All right. So I just sent this out right here to some K's just now. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was doing. I was sending it out to them.
Awesome.
And so they can go to your website again. What was it again?
BlueSmokeATL.com.
BlueSmokeATL.com. Get your pokers. Make the pokers happen. Now, I still ain't done with 2019 yet now. So because when you got in the game, it didn't like the game was just simple, was it?
Well, things that are worth having aren't simple. So, I got in the game and creative things come like, when I ask you about what you did.
Right.
And so creative things come naturally to me. I sew, I upholster, so I kind of do all things creative.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of my thing.
All
My
those
mom-
attention to detail things.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. You do attention to detail things.
Yeah, that's kind of, my thing and my family's thing. So that wasn't difficult to me. And I'm
Right.
just I like quality, and I don't mean quality as it relates to costing a lot. If you're just going to do it right, or just don't do
Right.
it. I mean, I just think it's
I know a lot of people don't get it though.
just do it right or just don't do it. So I just think for me, I wanted a quality product. I wanted to have a business where people weren't saying, "Oh, I can't get a hold of her. Oh, she's not doing this right." Or, I wanted a business where people said, "Man, I don't have a problem with cash apping her and wondering what's going to happen." Because at the time I didn't have a website, I might have had PayPal, but I didn't want any people wondering. I didn't want any people wondering what was going on. So I said, you know what? They're going to be fully confident that when they cash app, and now I have cash app. I have all the, when I first started, I think I only had cash app, or maybe I had PayPal. I'm not sure. I want them to be 100% confident that when they buy from me, there's no issue.
That's what I'm talking about. You give me some money, I'm gonna make sure it happens.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Listen, look what Terry's saying. You see what Terry's saying up there? Listen, I don't know if Terry gonna kidnap
Robin
you.
is the type of entrepreneur that's going to be expanding her business. Yeah. Can I hire you?
He might be the one you need to talk to now.
Terry, can you please DM me like in the next 60 seconds?
Terry, she wants you to slide in her DM right now.
Yes, please.
But Terry said Robin is the type of entrepreneur that's going to expand her business. If I were an investor, I would invest in her because I know I would get a return on my money. She has a great outer presentation. She has great marketing skills, a hustler's mentality, or will to win, great communication skills, and great marketing skills. She's like Gary Payton. She knows how to direct her business and direct the people around her.
I love this guy. Can I
listen?
Where is he at?
He's Tennessee.
Okay, I'm coming to Tennessee like
she
tomorrow.
Minister Deacon Terry. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my girl Jay Rich.
Yes, Jay Rich in the
shout out. Just jumping in the building all late. I know she was doing a live earlier. Damn it, you're late though. Because we missing the poker stuff. Poker game strong. Hey, she need a Jay Rich trucking poker.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we can do that.
A road to riches poker.
Right.
Don't play now.
Jay Rich, I'm put some money on your poker.
Ooh,
got some
road
money.
to riches poker coming to you soon.
Yes.
It's coming to you soon.
Definitely.
Whole damn day. That thing. Absolutely. Look. Stacy second and Stacy knows what she talking about too. Stacy one of them serious K's. Capital K. Elemental P.
Yeah, Stacy. So if you're a serious AKA, I need to do a custom AKA poker.
For her. And she's one of them people too. She one of them
so
special
Stacy,
ones.
I did an AKA
Stacy's special now.
AKA
She
poker.
No. You know what I'm saying special? She like you. Like everything you saying about, hey, turn left, right. I want it now. She's that type of person. Stacey, because she handles business like that. She does business like that.
Shout out to you. I have an AKA poker that I do that's all flowers. I'll have to send it to you. And AKAs, I don't do it because it's very labor intensive, but it's all flowers. So instead of beads.
Damn, shout out. Let me get this clip out in here. Shout out to you right now. For you hitting the right person. No. Shout out to you again. You shouting out the right person. You better make sure you get. And I don't even think she has Instagram. That's how serious that girl is. I don't even know if she do Instagram.
Yeah, I'll have to send it to you, but it's all flowers instead of beads.
Got a picture?
Yeah.
Oh shoot, text it to me.
I'll do that. It's all.
I can send it to her assistant.
Yeah. So I did a flower one that was just all flowers, and it's there's beads on the inside. It's beautiful, actually. My cousin's actually.
Oh, Stacey says she's a serious smoker. That's the one I was telling.
Oh, okay. Shout out, sister.
No, that's the one I was telling you about. She wants to open a smoke shop.
Oh yeah,
that's the one I'm saying. But,
okay,
but her daughter's like the next PGA person.
All right, so sister, believe Stacey. Yeah, shout. Send me a DM. I'd love to talk to you.
Yeah.
Where is she? Is she in Houston?
Houston.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is she coming tonight? Just she smokes too?
I don't know if she going. Where y'all going tonight?
Amali.
She might know what it is. I don't know.
Amali rooftop.
Rooftop, Amali. They smoking cigars, Stacy, at an Amali rooftop. That's where they're gonna be at, puffing and please go. And because if you didn't know,
Right.
Robin went to the Spades Fest.
Yes.
And she won Cigar Apparel and Accessories of the Year, presented by Spade Cigars. Blue Smoke ATL whooped their ass.
Yes.
And she just started it at the end of 2019.
Yes.
Now, how you come in the game and people been doing it longer than you, and you come in the game and winning? Come on now. That's serious right there. That's some serious stuff.
I think if you have, I'll be honest with you. If you have,
listen, you got to be honest right here.
If you have a clear vision on what you want to do, it starts with the vision and it starts with the work ethic of the person. So I knew that when I wanted to do it, I knew I was going to work hard. I knew it was going to take a lot of work, and I knew I was going to be tired. And I knew it was going to do some lack of sleep. And so if you're willing to do all of that,
right,
and you're willing to outwork everybody, I think you can win.
Ain't no think you won. You it ain't no think in it. You won.
And I have about 4,000 followers on Instagram who were very dedicated into voting for me. And shout out to my IG, my Facebook, and anybody that was listening and voted for me. And so those people who I made pokers for, supported me and were there for me. Shout out to the Masons, because they one of my biggest supporters. So shout out to them. The first poker I ever sold was to a Mason.
Okay.
So my dad was a Mason. So shout out to everybody who's just been there to support me and said you're doing an amazing job. Shout out to Houston, which is my second largest market. So it's one of those things where I just really I've always wanted a business.
Right.
I've always wanted to be in charge. I'm an Aries. So I knew that if I could get a business, I would work my butt off. And that's what I've always wanted.
Girl, that's what you did right there. Because you just tore that damn Spades Fest up. You tore their ass up. And just to think that right now, see, this is where I look at it, marketing mindset. Well, I ain't a marketing mind. I'm just a business guy, right? So when I look at this right now, when I know that I purchase a poker from Blue Smoke ATL, that I'm purchasing it from a company that was the number one. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh yeah, I know what you're saying.
Like that brings a whole different classification to things.
It sure does.
It might even change prices.
It might. It sure might.
It might change prices.
It changes
because one now you're even though your quality was already guaranteed,
right?
And you guarantee your work and everything, but now it is
thanks, Stacy.
It's been notarized.
Yeah, and it comes in a beautiful velvet blue box.
Come on now, you don't know about that velvet now. It comes in that velvet blue box. You might have changed that color of the box though, but
because it's called Blue Smoke.
It makes sense.
Blue Smoke ATL blue box, yeah.
But
with my name on the inside. Blue
but
Smoke
if she get about a good, 9 different boxes, right?
Well, the bags are multicolored.
Let me see what one of them bags look like now. Because the packaging is everything. The experience is all types of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I left that at the hotel.
Shout out to the hotel. Because right now they got the bags.
Yeah.
And everything.
So the bags come in multiple colors. So, the Kappas have, red, and the AKs have pink bags. Yeah. And so,
so the bag selection comes in. Is it velvet?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going, what?
Yeah, and I'm thinking about upgrading the bags to even a different level.
Listen, that's quality right there. Now,
yeah,
you going like Crown Royal. You going hard.
Yeah, I am. And
that's hard right there. Yeah. Listen, that's why Crown stays around like they do, because they're the only one giving out them velvet bags.
Yeah, I told you I just want world domination. That's simple.
Listen, and that it's a little more left too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think so. There's a whole bunch left. Because I really want to. I mean, I sell to Pakistan. I sell to Ecuador. I mean, I'm looking to, when I say world, I want to be in Europe. Definitely by next year.
Listen, hold on. I think I'm getting an update right now. Let me see if this update is real, because people be sending fake updates out here. Let me see the candle maker out here. Let me see what I got on live 5 out here. What we got? Let me see. I think the damn G5 done sold out.
I saw that. I saw that earlier on the stream. Yeah, so G5 was sold out. Don't
be playing around like damn G5 when we selling out.
Yeah, I saw that about 20 minutes ago.
It's ready to go. You know what I'm saying? Because we ready to bring in that 5 cast.
Yeah, I saw that
Because
about 20 minutes
after
ago.
the G5 is gone, it's gone. That you can't get G5 no more. You know what I'm saying? See, that's how you make it exclusive, right?
Mhm.
It's kind of like, like I like the cranberry Sprite, right? But they only bring it out during the holidays.
Right.
It makes you want it, right? So we'll come out with a G5 once a year. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's what's
And you
gonna
only
happen.
do 50 of them?
No, it's 30.
Oh, I thought you said something was
No,
50.
not 30. No, 50 is gonna be my line. So whatever I
okay.
come out like this is just nobody's gonna get this right here. But
Isn't that being selfish?
no. But I'll make it. You got to make something for yourself, right?
Well, this is what this is. When
That's yours.
Yeah, this lady said, she said, I really love it. I want it. I said, well, this wasn't for sale, but I have like over 150 online that you
Right.
can get. I mean, can I have something? My brother's like, well, why are you putting it on? I just want everybody to know this is mine.
Yeah.
I can't give everybody. I'm going to give you 150 choices. My goodness.
Well, I can't give you one choice and 50 at a time. So my thing is, I want to make it a quality thing because I want people to when somebody they get a 5-cast shirt or sweatshirt or jacket. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm only in that market for the shirt. But it's gonna be a very nice shirt. You know what I'm saying? And it'll be a very nice quality sweatshirt and a very nice quality jacket. And by me just putting the number 50 on it, one, it has 5 in it. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I love 50. But at the same time, I want it to be exclusive. It's kind of like we talk about Kanye, right?
Yes.
Like
Yes.
people can say he's different.
Yes,
They say it all you want to, but like you said,
he's a different kind of billionaire.
There you go, because he moves different.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you can make $30 million on documenting your 20-year history. I'm
Because
not mad.
you were smart enough to do it,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Just like you are.
Woo.
We discussed this earlier.
Y'all better stop playing. They don't see what's going on, Robin. See, people not realize what's going on.
I called it out earlier.
They're not realizing what's going on.
I called
you know
it
what
out
I'm saying?
earlier.
It's about moving differently, but people are scared to move differently. You know that?
Yeah, and that's okay because it's not meant for everybody to do that. There's got to be some, there's got to be some other people who everybody can't do that, and that's okay. Everybody doesn't have to move differently. That's fine.
Yeah. Listen, I just like moving different. You know what I'm saying? Listen.
Got to be some people holding it
down.
I
want to wear my Chuck Taylors and my sweatpants, and what's this show? It ain't Blackish. It's the other one.
About the younger kids.
Yeah, but the guy, Dana. It's not black. Is it black as fuck? Black. It ain't Blackish. It's the other one. Because Quincy Jones' daughter is in it too.
Oh, I think it's just the younger generation. I can't think of what they're called and what the name of the show is called.
Somebody came. Anyway, his name Dana, but on the show, like he's like the father of the kids and stuff like that.
Grownish, is that it?
Grownish.
Is it Grownish?
Is that it, y'all? Grownish, Blackish. The one that Dana is the dad. He wears the sweatsuits and stuff.
Might be off.
She. I can't think of the name right there. Man. Shoot. Grownish. Okay. It's called Grownish. Okay.
That
yeah.
was it.
So Grownish.
Ding, ding, ding! Shout out to Robin Blue for getting that answer correctly. Yes.
So Ken said it's Grownish. Is it Grownish? That don't sound right.
I think it's Grownish. It's a spinoff from Blackish.
Grownish sound like it's that's the only way to be seen.
I'm trying to see.
Move differently.
Grownish. Okay, Ken. Shout out to, is Ken the one that been saying the great things the whole time? So if it's
no, that was
okay. I was gonna say
Deacon. That was Deacon.
I was gonna say
Terry.
if it's Terry, he's right.
No matter what, Terry gonna be right.
Terry, you're right.
Listen, Terry, you got some pork. Terry, you married. I'm trying to tell you, she gonna come to Tennessee and scoop you up.
Oh my God, that's funny.
I
was like, if it's Terry said it, it's right. Okay.
Right. I want to know the name of the show. Somebody tell me the name of the show. I don't think it's Grownish, man. I think it's Grownish is with all the other people in there.
All the other people?
Oh man, what? Come on, somebody help me out.
I think we said what it was.
But it seems like it says something. It's a derogatory. It's a name, but it's derogatory.
You mean like Blackish?
Yes, but it's is it be Blackish fuckers or something?
I don't know anything. I don't know what the show is besides
Blackish. Let me see. I want to make sure it's the
I don't know what the show is besides Blackish. I thought there was only Blackish and Grownish.
Grownish. Grownish. Let me see. Nah, it's not that one. It's something like Black as Fuckish. Dana is in it.
Black is what?
What's the dang on thing? What's his name? Dana something. Dana. Y'all gonna make me lose it right now.
Y'all gonna make
because it's gonna bother me. You know what I'm saying? I don't like it to bother me like that.
Up in here, y'all.
What's Quincy Jones' daughter name? Somebody know on this thing like what that show is. He wears sweatsuits and stuff all the time. He only wears sweatsuits. And he's wearing chains on his neck all the time. He has the couple young kids, and Quincy Jones' daughter is his wife in the show.
I'm too busy working, so I probably don't know what this is.
Come on, man.
I'm working, so I don't know. Laugh out loud. No, I don't know what that is. I'm serious. It seems like no. Okay, let's see.
No, nobody knows.
No, they're all working.
I don't see nobody doing it.
Everybody's working.
Deacon Terry, do you know the name of the show?
Deacon Terry. If Deacon Terry says Grownish, then we're done. Mic drop.
I'll tell you.
Mic drop on the Deacon Terry.
Deacon done said something else. He said Robin's a different kind of player. She has a different playbook. So when she comes on the field, she knows where she's going with the ball and who's she's hitting down the field.
Is he on every show?
This is the first time I see him on the show now. Oh, thank you, Ken. It's called Black AF.
I have never heard of that show.
You never?
Thank you, Deacon Terry.
It's Black
AF. I've never heard of that show.
It's
is it new? I don't even know.
Nah, they know you got a few seasons.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix? I don't know that one.
You're gonna know it as soon as I pull it up.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
Me either, but it's on Netflix.
No, I mean, to be honest with you, I work a lot.
Just right now. No. You know what I'm saying, that guy?
No. Mm-mm.
Yeah, so Dana, he be Kenya Barris. That's his name. Kenya Barris.
Oh no, I wouldn't have.
He's he be rocking sweatsuits all the time. So the whole point of me saying all that, I was saying, we wear chucks and sweatsuits all the time. And that's it. And just chill in my little corner. And don't say that to nobody. And be like, yo, I'm just here.
If this is a corner, I've never seen a corner.
I'm just being my little corner. I want to hold a cigar with my poker. You know what I'm saying? And I just be sitting there holding it. But you can't put the poker in until it's small, right? You don't sit there with a long cigar in there.
I've seen people do that, but typically it's meant to be used at the end when you're smoking.
Right. Okay. So I can do this first.
Yeah,
I can be over here like.
Yeah, you could do that to smoke it down.
No, the swag is cool, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is the swag cool right now? Mm-hmm. The way I'm holding the cigar?
Mm-hmm.
Is this a cool cigar etiquette type swag hold with this thing? Yep. Talking to some guys like, listen, you got to do this like this and make sure.
Yeah.
Do the lean over like this. The lean back.
Lean back, lean over, whatever. And typically,
listen, I got all the moves now.
Yeah, typically you don't, kind of flick your ashes. You kind of let them drop naturally.
So they just drop. So none of this.
Not, kind
none of that right there.
Sometimes it just depends on, if it's not burning evenly, you might want to flick it off just to kind of get, light it so it starts burning evenly. Sometimes it won't burn evenly.
What's the most expensive cigar you've ever smoked, and how much does that cigar cost?
I smoked one last night. I don't know how much it is. I didn't ask. Someone brought me one because they thought I was going to be the winner, and I thanked them. Shout out. I won't call it.
But shout out. We ain't gonna call your name out because it looked like you might be some Martha Stewart going on around there. But
yeah, I was smiling when I saw it because I knew.
Well, I'll tell you right now, they had already etched this, so somebody must have knew.
No, actually, they didn't. Mm-mm.
I said somebody.
Somebody knew, but they didn't. That person.
Well, I know that person didn't tell you what I'm saying, though. But they had it etched in there.
Yeah, it was.
They didn't etch it last night.
Yeah, so that was really sweet. I would say probably. I would say the most expensive cigar I smoke's probably $40 a stick.
Goddamn $40 cigars. You know what I'm saying? I thought a cigar was like $150. So
That's more of something you'd smoke like for Christmas, New Year's. I
Right.
mean, your average. So this is a cigar by EP Carrillo. His won cigar of the year, I think, in 2017. It also the Pledge won cigar of the year for
Okay.
Cigar Aficionado this year. So this stick's probably 12. Let's see, $15.
Okay.
So it's not expensive. I think it's just that you're smoking multiple. So if you smoke 2 or 3 cigars,
Okay. So you can get you can
yeah.
get you good, a couple times 15.
Yeah.
You get a little smoke in there.
Mhm. But if you're smoking 2 or 3 times a week, that's $45 plus every time you smoke, you're having a drink. So
Right.
it starts adding up.
Look at that right there. And this is it's wrapped in some tobacco from the country it's coming from, right?
Mhm.
That's the whole point of it. They wrapped it in a certain type of tobacco.
They
that's
wrapped it in
cured.
a binder and a wrapper. So the wrapper is the outside of it.
Okay. So okay.
So they usually have their band,
Mhm.
and typically they'll have like a bottom band. Some of them have a bottom band. Some of them have a top band. They'll have the name of the manufacturer. This is EP Carrillo. I actually met him at Big Smoke.
Okay.
Took pictures with him.
And shout out to EP.
Yeah, he's cool. Cool dude.
He should be. People buy my cigars. I'd
Yeah.
be cool. Listen, if somebody buy my cigars, you think I ain't gonna be cool?
Yeah, he was
Shout
like-
out to me if I own a damn cigar company,
Right.
I'll be cool just like EP because one, you buy my cigar, guess what? I have no choice but to be cool.
Yeah, and it's interesting. He, and so a lot of people, have to decide whether they feel
Mhm.
this way or not. But he
Right.
won Cigar of the Year for this year for his cigar called The Pledge, and it was nominated in Cigar Aficionado magazine. Whether you decide or not that is the person who decides whether it's Cigar of the Year, but he's feeling pretty good because his cigar won this year called The Pledge, and this one he won 2 years ago or so. And this is called the Encore, and the other one that won is called the Judge. So I guess if you have 2 cigars that are at the top of the
Right.
list, and everybody can judge. So Cigar and Spirits could think that this is the cigar of the year, and
Right.
this Cigar Journal could think that's a cigar of the year, and this
Definitely.
magazine could think that's cigar of the year. So it's just
Right.
depending on. And there's some amazing black cigars that are out there. So there's just a whole education. If you just want to smoke black cigars, you got to go
Right.
through all of that line to figure out kind of which ones that
Okay.
you want to smoke. And then there's Dominicans, there's Nicaraguans, there's Cubans. So that's why I'm saying the journey can be very long.
See, it's
because-
serious when you got to use the accent when you say
Yes.
the country and stuff.
Yes.
You couldn't just say Nicaragua. You had to say Nicaragua.
Yeah. And then you want to understand, a lot of, how you got to buy a humidor, have the right temperature. It's a lot to it, and that's why.
See, that's a lot of work right there. See, we that's where I probably will go. I have to go get the cigars then. I have like at the place when I'm going because to get the room and the box and make sure the temperature and the moisture and the pH is all good, and I got my barometric altitude set is something. That's a lot of work.
No,
That's
you
work
just
right
get
there.
a plastic bag. You go get a Bovita pack that's at
Mhm.
65 degrees humidification up to 72. You zip the bag closed and you just put your cigars in there until you're ready to take the next level to get a humidor. That's what I did for years.
Yeah. See, that still was a lot of work what you just did when you get.
Well, you got it.
plastic
They
bag
give you a plastic bag
zip
when
them.
when you buy cigars. They have the
Right.
humidification packs at the counter.
Okay.
You
got
buy
it.
them for $1.
About $1. Okay.
They put them in a plastic bag when you buy
Mhm.
them. You say,
Okay.
"Can I have a Bovita pack?" They say yes. You
A
stick it in
Bovita pack.
BOVEDO.
A Bovita.
Bovito pack.
Bovito pack. Okay. You
Yeah.
gotta get that Bovito pack right there
Yeah.
now. Don't let
They're-
them let you out the store
Yeah, they're right
without
there.
that damn pack.
Yeah, they're right there at the counter.
Mhm.
So they give you a plastic bag when you buy the cigars anyway. You just pop it in there and you're on your way. So it's not any more work than normal.
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about. Well, shit, like that, then we might have to go ahead and do a little something then.
So I guess my point is you don't have to buy a humidor right away. You
Right.
can just have that plastic bag. And the more cigars you buy, you just take one of your Ziploc bags at home and just put them in there. I'm saying you can do that until you get to the point you want to graduate and buy a humidor. Because I didn't buy a humidor for years because I
Right.
was like, I don't know and I didn't feel like it was a lot of money, but it's just, watching the temperature, and mine's electronic now. I don't have to worry about that.
Oh,
But,
fancy, huh?
well,
you fancy.
well, actually my brother bought it for me. And I was
Okay,
like,
shout out to damn Bruce. That damn Bruce. Boy, he always doing something. He used to beat you up back in the days again,
Right,
but
right,
but at least he taking care of his sister now.
Yeah, he just told me he didn't want me to have. He buys like all my lighters and stuff. He said, I don't want you
Right.
having girly lighters because I want people to know you're a serious smoker. No girly blinged out lighters. So he buys all my lighters and stuff and all my
What
stuff.
the hell Bruce do now?
He is internet security.
Is he? Oh
Mhm.
hell! I should have called him when I was having internet issues earlier today. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody was trying to tap in my security and my internet
Yep.
and stop my show.
Yep.
That's what they were trying to do. They were trying to hate, but guess what we did?
What'd you do?
We rolled their ass out, didn't we?
Yep.
We rolled them out. Listen, you couldn't mess with the internet over here. You know what I'm saying? They tried to mess with it.
Yeah,
then we
they
came
did.
back up and we started rocking the old DJ
Oh
Cassidy.
my God.
Cassidy was in there doing his thing. He was jamming. We was in here jamming. That's why we started a little later, even after that. We was in here jamming, doing our thing.
That was awesome.
So the secure
La Roma de Cuba.
Okay, I ain't gonna try that right there now. Because it's
What's the
written in
name
a
of
whole
that?
other language right there.
That's Spanish. A lot of the cigar manufacturers are from
listen, well,
Spanish.
we need to get some cigar people here now. We ain't got no Texas people doing cigars.
Spades.
Oh, so they have cigars.
That's what they do.
Oh, okay. So I ain't even know.
Spades.
Shit, shout out to them. Shit, they got cigars. Okay, I didn't know.
Spade Cigar.
I did not know. Okay,
Black owned company right
now
here.
I know. Who? What?
Yeah, the Spade Cigar.
Damn, shut up. Girl, you just hit me with a whole bunch of knowledge.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
I don't know nothing.
Black owned company, husband and wife. And I don't. These are some cigars I had from the house because I hadn't got here yet, and I wanted to definitely smoke before I went over to their event because it was later on that night. But yeah, Spades is the one who's doing the actual. They were actually did all the tabulation and all that. Spades is a black-owned cigar company.
Okay,
right here
like
in Houston. Ooh, so they can, So I'm sorry, I just thought you knew because they were here.
I ain't in them
and they're
streets
doing
like,
the event.
Spades I'm not in them streets like that now.
Spades is a black-owned company. Yes, husband and wife.
I'll be in my building. I don't go nowhere.
I'm sorry, I just thought you knew.
I don't be them. I'm trying to tell you, I don't be in them streets.
They're right here in Houston.
There's trouble at them streets.
Yep, they have like 65,000 followers on Instagram.
65,000 Spade Cigars. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay, they doing it big, huh?
Yeah.
Look at them showing off.
So that's why I thought you knew. I was like, I'm sorry.
Oh, they showing out right now.
Yeah, they got
Okay, look at the website. Okay, Black Friday sale. They got King of Spades.
Right.
Ooh, that little website is popping.
Right. So I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
I could give me a website like this.
It was King Spade's birthday last night.
Aged tobacco made in Nicaragua.
Exactly. So,
that's them?
Yeah.
Damn, shout out to them. You can't see them again. Hello.
Yes, I'm sorry. I thought you knew.
Yeah, shout out to them.
They're from Houston.
Oh, I ain't from Houston, though. But
shout out to them. They live here.
Shout out to the Spades. They last name Spades.
Well, that's their company.
Oh,
they just call them King and Queen and Spades.
Oh, man, look at them. They doing some damn things right here.
Yeah.
Got the damn tobacco game locked down.
Yes, I thought you knew. That's why they're having Spades Fest this weekend.
Listen.
I'm sorry. I should have started off with that.
I promise you.
I
knew it was some cigar stuff because you told me, but I didn't know. I didn't know like Spades was like this right here now.
I'm sorry. I thought you knew. That's why I said Spades Fest.
You don't turn me on to some stuff. I didn't even know. I feel bad.
Yeah, so I mean, I would definitely get some Spade cigar. I just happen to have this in my bag because I was traveling and I had some, But yeah, Spades is here in Atlanta.
Okay.
They have several other companies that are here, but the Spades Fest is a 3-day fest, and the city of Houston has a day they proclamation day for Spades. Yeah, I'm sorry, I thought you knew.
Nah, this is cool.
Yeah, would I recommend something that wasn't cool as it relates to, this is the event so they actually put on this event.
Well, I mean, I see the thing where Spades Fest.
Then they had the winners at this event.
Okay. Let me see what they got. They got a travel humidor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go ahead and just so I can have it, once I finish setting up everything the way it's gonna be in here.
And it's your colors, same colors.
I know, I see this right here. Shoot, I might need okay.
Yeah, no, I just thought, I don't know. I should have started off with that, but in my mind, I guess I was thinking you knew them. I don't know what. I guess Houston's so big. Maybe I just in my mind.
We already said it's big.
Yeah,
I'm
glad. I'm glad I mentioned that because I'd hate to have the whole thing and not mention Spades. But I just was like thinking I don't know, knew them or heard about them. Yeah, so the Spades Fest started on Thursday, and so She Smokes Too is part of the Spades Fest. That's kind of the Atlanta component of it, and then
let me do a little history on Spades real quick, y'all. Spades is cigars, not the average cigar company. Its story does not start in Cuba or with fathers of the cigar business. It starts with a founder, a cigar enthusiast who believes that a great cigar should be a centerpiece of life's most memorable moments. Spade Cigars. I need my voice on now. It delivers only the finest handmade Cuban seed cigars with multifaceted flavors and quality construction to give you, our customer, a great cigar experience. As a family-owned company, we pay personal attention to every detail throughout all steps of a tobacco growing and cigar manufacturing process. Ensure every cigar is the same and that is flawless. I like that right there because they don't play with it. They say every cigar. See, I really was listening to myself when I was talking, right? I was listening to what they say, their mission statement, the history of what they're doing. Family owned. It didn't start nowhere over there. It started from somebody who loved cigars.
Right.
It didn't come from another country. It came from right here, wherever they at. You know what I'm saying?
Houston.
That's
They're
where it
in
came
Houston,
from.
so,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And because somebody likes something. See, but the point of that is the power of somebody if you like something.
The passion around it, yeah.
Come on now. It can become a passion to lead to the point where it can have somebody traveling from Atlanta to Houston to be part of something, you know what I'm saying? This big, all behind the fact that somebody loves something.
Right.
How powerful is that?
Very.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I just thought you knew.
That's the spirit of to me entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't think that there were some bumps in the road for them as they started something because they weren't in the game?
Yeah.
Because their stuff didn't come from another country. You know what I'm saying? Come on now.
Yeah. There was a lot. I know their personal story about, but anytime you're not from, that type of region, from Nicaragua, Ecuador, or from Cuba, then you're going to, because people are going to look to that as the first. I mean, it's just natural. Right. And so, when you are a person of color who is creating your own brand, you're going to have people who are going to be looking to the other ones because they have 100 years behind them. And so for Spades and any other Black owned cigar to be able to get through that hurdle is a huge, huge thing. So we are here to celebrate the Spades Fest, people from Atlanta, and we shut it down last night. Shout out to Atlanta again.
Well, shout out to y'all coming in here. You know what I'm saying? Got them plane tickets went up high because y'all messed around and came out here. We couldn't even get in here. I couldn't get nobody in because damn tickets do damn high. Y'all drove the ticket prices up.
That's right. So,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, so shout out to Spades, and they do have flavored cigars in their lineup as well.
That's what I'm talking about. They got them flavors. They got all the flavors, y'all. Listen, I don't even know what flavors they got, but I know they got it. You know what I'm saying? And if they don't have it, guess what? They just like Robin. They'll get it.
Right.
Because Robin said, if I don't have it, guess what? I'll make it.
Right.
And that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying?
I commend them because of the fact that they had an opportunity for the cigar community to shine, and they created this venue for them to shine and created these awards opportunities. And these are some quality awards. These aren't some. You feel how heavy that award is.
Yeah, no, they got a little weight to it now. You know what I'm saying? The way they did the little edge glass, they could, you know what I'm saying? They got the little, come on now. They went hard to paint.
Yeah, beautiful box.
Listen.
Look at this beautiful box here.
Look at that box.
So
look, we know this thing is quality because listen, because this table is quality, so ain't nothing just gonna break this table.
Yeah,
that's quality right there, y'all. That's look at this box. Come on now.
Yeah,
they spent a couple $.
Yeah, exactly.
They didn't go get the little Piggly Wiggly box or the box from local bodega or something like that. Look, ooh, it's like a coffin in there.
Yeah, exactly. Satin and everything.
Ooh, all nice and everything. Look at that.
Yeah, so I just appreciate them for acknowledging the people who are trying to, give some additional options to the cigar community. And
you did your thing, you know that.
I appreciate it because I worked my butt off. I did. I worked my butt off. I did. And thanks to the people who are following me and voted for me. I really appreciate you guys. And I'll keep
shout out to voting for damn Robin to make sure she walked away with this damn award. That's what she did.
I got some surprises for you guys.
She got some stuff for y'all. You know what I'm saying? She got some stuff for y'all. That's what she got.
Yeah, I got some surprises coming for you guys within the next month. It's gonna be huge.
So all you do is this right here.
No, I do some other things I would prefer not to
talk about. Okay, shout out to not talking about it.
Yeah,
sometimes we got to move different.
Yeah, some things you got to be about it.
Right, that's what I'm talking about. But you ain't working for like Eastern Airlines.
No,
undercover.
That didn't go. No, it didn't go. I love the fact that you do your claps and all this stuff with this thing, and then you have the things that you build within. That's just really cool.
They named me as roadcaster. You got what I'm saying? They did that damn thing.
No, but it's about being able to put it within the whole sequence of events and stuff like that. So I'm turning my phone off so it doesn't give us
all good. It ain't
Mission Impossible theme.
It's good. Let's go on here. Oh,
I'm old school.
That's somebody's personal ring.
No,
or everybody gets the same thing.
I'm old school. I'm like that. I like that in Colombo. So.
Ain't nothing wrong with that right there. Shoot, sometimes you gotta do the old school ring.
I like that old
Listen,
school.
it's all what they say. This is some in the military. They say history may not repeat itself, but it sure enough rhymes. You know what I'm saying? So we got to look at stuff for what it is, right? You know, and that's just the reality of things. It really is the reality, you know.
So, but there are several. So I'm just proud of Spades. I mean, I really was proud. And then it was, the King of Spades' birthday last night. So the party last night was lit. I mean, it's gonna be off the hook tonight just because it's Atlanta night. So we
don't see.
Atlanta's already.
I can't
on
mess
fire.
with Atlanta. I know that's the problem. I can't mess with Atlanta. I get in there.
ATL is just like
I move around at nighttime, and I'm sitting still at nighttime. You know.
Well, no, there won't
got too
be
much going on out there.
There won't be any sitting still tonight. That's for sure. But I just want.
What time they cranking up? What time they starting everything up?
9-ish.
9-ish. Okay. Woo, it's almost 6-ish right now.
So shout out to Christine for winning Sister of the Leaf. Shout out to ACW, Atlanta Cigar Week, which I'm an ambassador for winning that.
Okay.
Shout out to Cigar Table Talk for winning podcasts. Shout out to all the finalists. And I, not going to just name them all, but I just want to shout out to all the nominees, all the people who were nominated, all the people who weren't nominated and still working their butts off. Keep doing what you're doing, and can't wait to see you guys.
My shout out to Spades, man. The damn family of Spades. That's my shout out too. You gonna see them tonight? Are they gonna show up?
They're doing the event.
I'm saying some people have an event. I have a cookout. Won't be there.
No, they were there. It's his birthday. Yes,
well, you holler at him and say, tell him, hey,
her.
You tell them. You was on a podcast. You was on Firecast. Now you went on a podcast. Tell them you was on Firecast. And tell them they need to come on up here.
I'll tell them.
For real. Say, hey, listen, I know y'all probably don't do stuff like this, but tell them you need to come to Firecast.
They do stuff like they're regular folks. I mean,
I'm ready. I will trust me. Hold up. We're going.
Meaning
everybody really me.
No, but
shout out to everybody. We all paying some the same way. So
they're approachable is my point. Yeah. So
right. I wasn't saying that way, like they weren't approachable. I'm just saying, just telling you on a I would tell them if I saw them. But I know you probably see them. I won't see them.
I'm definitely going to see them because they're hosting Atlanta.
Right. So tell them, hey, listen, there's this little small 5Ks out here that they probably need to come on it. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude crazy. You have a good time. You tell them they'll have a great time when they come.
And they are fun.
Listen, I don't know if they're funny to me. I'm fun.
My fun game's strong. They may not be as fun, but they are fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
They are fun.
We like fun people. That's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So one of the things I end with is I ask everybody comes on the show. It's one simple question, but the question is not one of those 2-second answer questions, okay? Because I want it to be thought provoking. That's why I asked the question.
Okay. Let's have it.
Well, it's gonna be 2 questions. It's 2.
That's funny
because I asked you one of them before we started. Now that you've had the complete experience,
okay.
How was your experience here at 5Ks?
I would say that when I think about experiences, I think about connection points.
Let me get you back on that mic.
I'm going to get up on this mic.
Yeah, get up on that thing.
I'm going to get up on it. So I would say when it comes to experience, I think about connection points. And the most important connection point I made is the connection I made with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that is really one thing I will think about and remember because, times are different and people don't always have to connect and they don't always have to follow up and they don't always have to follow through. And you did. So that's important. And you called me today to say, hey, we're still on. I think a lot of people forget to follow up. People are busy.
That damn follow up, you're killing people.
I know.
That damn follow up game. That damn shout out for anybody that do follow ups. Because I'm telling you, that shit don't be happening.
Follow-ups, people don't understand the importance of follow-ups. So I would say that was probably like one of the big things that was important to me from the time that we met to, I'm going to call you, you're going to be in the pot. It was just consistent. Shout out to consistency.
We're going to put it out there. Don't try to act like I won't get no damn applause for the damn consistency.
Yeah, consistency. You're consistent. And then I guess the third thing was just what you said you were going to deliver, you deliver it. And I'm just about that life. So, and then just the experience was phenomenal. It was just A class. It was, 12 plus. I'm trying to find that rollaway bed. I haven't, found it yet. I'm trying to move in. There's a lot of rooms in here. I haven't had a chance to kind of go. So if he goes out of this room, I'm gonna run down the halls and see if I can find a little room to stay in. But on a serious note, it was really what I really loved about it was the fact that he is talking to people who are going to be the next generation of um people who are thinking and moving differently. And I applaud him for doing that. And you don't have to have it all together. You just have to have a plan to get it together. And so I just thank him for that. And I think that this was a great experience. There were some events going on in the day, and I chose to be here with him instead of going to those events. Don't want to say that too loud. But it was great. And I'm just so excited I did it. And it's phenomenal. So if you ever have the opportunity to do it, I wouldn't turn down this ticket because this is everything.
I appreciate that right there. You know what I'm saying? And that was just one of the questions right here. But I want to give a quick shout out to Nikki, you know what I'm saying? Joshina out there in North Carolina, and to her and her husband. They're going to be part of their mentee for my homegirl, Cassandra Pride, Cobb out there. And so there's some things that they're getting into, which is big. And so we're doing a collection of grabbing them and holding on to them. We're going to make sure they're going in the right direction. So I do apologize. I know we're supposed to have a phone call today, and I think at 12:30. So I do apologize about that. But I will be hitting you as soon as I'm done with this right here so we can get that conversation going on. So I do apologize. I want to make it here on the air. Tell you that I apologize to you, Nikki. You know what I'm saying? And the last question is this right here.
Yes, sir.
What did you learn today?
I learned a lot from Terry. Terry is everything. Let's just start with that. Terry from North Carolina. Is that where Terry's from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee. Terry, shout out to you. Everything you said is true. But so what I learned today, I would say that there was a lot of nuggets that you dropped. You dropped nuggets about, hiring an entrepreneur. Shout out Terry, Mr. Jones, Deacon Jones. I apologize for calling you Terry. I know you. I would say that making sure that I have someone who has an entrepreneur mind, because I want to move very quickly. I have some aggressive goals. There's some things I want to do aggressively. I want to take on a brand new venture next year that has nothing to do with this. And I want this up and running and stood up. And in order to do that, I need a rock star to be able to do it. And that person has to have an entrepreneur mind and spirit. So that's going to be something I take away. And the other thing that I would say that I learned is that there is a lot of when I think about my story, you live your story, so you don't really think about it, and I forgot about my story when I was talking to you. I was like, what did I do? I don't know. I was so comfortable in here. I was like, do I have a story? So, just listening to you talk about, when I started in 2019, I've been so busy running Blue Smoke ATL that, I sometimes forget the trajectory of my path because I've been so busy doing it, and I don't really think about it because I'm moving so quickly. And what I mean by that, not so much the financial growth piece, but just the movement of the business, that sometimes I forget to look back and go, wow, did that happen? Did that actually happen? And so just to kind of appreciate, sometimes to smell the roses, not meaning to slow down what you're doing, but just to take a minute to think, wow. So that was kind of one thing that, I thought about when you were saying that. And you're like, wait a minute, did you just start this? And I'm like, yeah, I did. And so that was just kind of good to hear because, there's just a lot that's been going on, and people don't understand your journey because they just see, the pokers, and they're like, oh, great. And they don't know there's so much things that go on behind the scenes, between the paperwork. And I am also applying for my Georgia Minority Supplier Council certifications, which means I'll be able to apply for corporate gifts and things like that. I should have that, hopefully, praise God, sometime this year. And so, it's just good to kind of understand that, you are doing some amazing things. And sometimes you just get busy doing the work of business that you forget to take a moment and stand back and think about it.
And that's so true, because it's just you leaning forward and you being that 10. And I have this thing where, you've been operating at a high level for so long, you know what I'm saying? Because one, you are an individual that leans forward. And a lot of times people that lean forward, who are the 10s, I call them, they need the same attention, nurturing, attentiveness as the 3s, 2s, 1s. You know what I'm saying? Everybody needs that. But people would think that because the people operate at that level, they don't need it. You know what I'm saying? It's needed though. You know what I'm saying? And so sometimes even need to get us to kind of scale back and think about it. And like I said before, I already told you about this. Before we started the show, I said, you know what, really, my show is to celebrate a person. You know what I'm saying? Whether they're just starting, thinking about starting, have started, or continue to move, whatever it is, I want to celebrate the person and make them really think about their accomplishments. You know what I'm saying? And that's the reason why tell them to come in and give a summary of who they are, and then I pick a time period in their life, just based off the conversation I've had with them so far. I pick a time period and just kind of we go from there. You know what I'm saying? One, so they can really go back and think about certain things they hadn't thought about in a long time.
Yeah, I had forgot. I'm just like, what hell did I do? And
Right.
it kind of made me think about things that I've done and kind of that shaped, because people said to me, well, how did you, because I had never beat it before I started this business,
Right.
ever at all.
Right.
And I went into, a bead store, and this lady's like, how long have you been beading? I said, I just started last week. And she's like, what?
Right.
And, it's like one of those things where I think that if you have the ability to do creative things, things like that come easier to you than people who are analytical, because they don't think that way.
Right.
And for me, analytical things, not necessarily analytical things, but things like math is probably not my easiest thing. I can do it. Like bookkeeping is like, I just want to pull my hair out. Like,
right.
Really.
You accept you probably a 3 in that.
Yeah,
you know
I am. Yeah, it's probably
so you grab a 10 and do it for you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably a -1 because it just and I can get in the weeds, but it's like one of those days where I have to have my coffee and I need to be rested because I know I don't like that space.
Right.
But so it's just it's one of those things. So I just appreciate the opportunity to kind of go back through my life and think about Papa, who's my rock star, my hero, and think about some of the funny things that he did, and my mom, and all the kind of crazy things that shape who I am, and it's all good because that's just my life, and it's kooky crazy to other people, but to us it was normal. We didn't know anything there. We didn't know there was other people doing anything, but that we thought everybody lived that way. You have opinions?
Lee was doing that.
We didn't even know till we got older that people got to decide things.
Right.
We just didn't know. So so it was good. So what was one thing about me that you learned?
Shit, a lot. Well, one, because I didn't know you. You know what I'm saying? So, and I told you I don't like to really talk to people before they come on here because I want to learn the same time as everybody else learns. So if I had to just pick one thing that really went hard for me was that
besides my dad,
I think
my dad's
besides me, no. The fact that when you made the comment about the poker, when you said you have a certain amount, you know what I'm saying, so many or whatever, but then at the same time you was like, well, if I don't have it, you know what I'm saying, I'll make it. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
So to me, like, you don't hear that often. I don't hear that at all from people. For them to say it, I can say, hey, I like people that are like that. But to hear a person say it, you know what I'm saying, that's like some shit I'll say. That's my point to it. Like, there aren't a lot of people who will sit here and say that they can't do something or they don't have something, but I'll do it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be there. Don't worry about it. It's gonna be there. If I don't have it, I'm gonna have it. You know what I'm saying? So to hear someone of that magnitude is amazing to me. You know what I'm saying? Because some people say, hey, I'll go work. Oh no, I work hard. I work, they'll say that. But to say something like, hey, I don't have this physically. I don't even have it nowhere. I haven't made it.
Right. I don't know what it looks like.
But I'll go over here and make it.
Right.
And I'll make it happen. You know what I'm saying? I know it might sound quirky, but I'm a weird person like that. You know what I'm saying? And so to me, that resonates to me. You know what I'm saying? For something I learned because I don't hear that at all.
I mean, within reason. I mean, if I had one person ask me for like a Celtic cross poker, I said no. Because my hope is that somebody's going to see a poker and want one similar. Now, if you want a Celtic cross from your country and your little village and wherever
Right.
that I probably can't find that
Mhm.
you probably there's only one in the world. No,
Right.
I'm not going to do that. But if it's something that's easy to do, easy
Right.
to find,
Mhm.
because I'm going to have to charge you to track this thing down.
True. True. Because
So,
time
yeah,
is
yeah.
cost for
So
time.
yeah, I don't want people to think. I had some other guys say, can you find a Indian tribe? There's like only one in the world. No,
Mhm.
not me. I can't. So there's some within reason. There's
Right.
only one tribe in the
Right.
world. No, I can't do that either. It's got to be something that there's something out there like that to be able to find it. So
Right. I'm gonna bring the last words of your Deacon Terry here.
okay, Deacon Terry. Let's see what associate minister and so he just dialed in. Okay, Robin. Okay. Is this the same? Let's see. Robin is smart. She understands her strengths and weaknesses, and she knows I know how to delegate it. That's for sure. Deacon Terry, really. I mean, I don't know why you're on this call today, but I praise God for you because you're just speaking some nuggets. Thank you so
There
much.
you go. Deacon, make sure you professionally slide up in her DM.
Yes.
If you haven't slid in there yet.
Yeah, you can
Please slide in that DM professionally.
You can just send me inspirational notes every morning.
You're gonna keep her fired up, and she's gonna most remember Deacon Terry out here tonight. That's what's gonna happen.
No, I'm gonna remember the fact that you didn't know me and you invited me to be on the show. This, that's gonna resonate with me.
Girl.
Yeah, I mean,
I just see anybody would. I guess I look at it as anybody would do it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I just got on I think it was on the Clubhouse thing, like maybe less than a week when you asked me that. Right. So I was like, I didn't even have my Instagram link. They're like, Robin, could you please link your Instagram? Right. I said, okay, let me figure out how to do that because I'm not a morning person. I just woke up and Brandy Renee was like, hey, get on this. And I got on it. And then next week, and then I was happening to go into Houston. So it was kind of like all just, yeah. So no, I don't think so. So I think that's what I'm going to remember more than anything.
Okay. Well, that's cool. But I just ask that you go back and you share your experience. I'm saying whether it's tonight or whether once you get back to Atlanta, just like, yo, I'm saying there's this 5cast that's out in Houston. You know what I'm saying? And if
I'm going to tell everybody tonight because they're going to be wondering why I wasn't at the brunch. So I'm going to tell them. I'll tell Spades tonight and whoever's.
Yeah, definitely let them know. I would love to have them on the show. You know what I'm saying? One.
I just thought you knew them. I really just did.
And tell them that you tell them that too. Say, hey, he didn't even know.
Well, maybe because you're just not a smoker. Maybe I just assume. Right. I assume because they had such a big presence here in Houston. Right. And I don't know. I just assume everybody knows everybody. I don't know. But now you will. So there you go.
Okay, this probably pop up afterwards, but it says. Deacon said, I learned, Robin, you have a great analytical mind. You're a great conversationalist. You listen very well and you're well organized and you have a first-class presentation and our first class of delivery of your product.
Deacon, I'm gonna have to show you the Deacon the pastor poker I made. I know you're not gonna believe this, but I did make a pastor poker.
Oh, did you?
For somebody who's a pastor who smokes. Not saying that you do, but I have.
Okay. All right. Hey, shout out once again to Joshina Robbins down there. You know what I'm saying? I got you. I'm gonna hit
Joshina.
You up. You know what I'm saying? After this, I do apologize to you again, Joshina. Just kind of getting ready today to host, you know what I'm saying, Robin up in here. Didn't want to disappoint anybody. Make sure everything
never disappoint at all.
Thank you. So let me tell y'all what we got lined up for next week real quick.
April 15th, you sent me somebody, right?
Yeah, I got the week funky next week. You know what I'm saying? Just like today was funky. You know what
I'm
saying? And I don't do Saturdays. I don't, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to tell you. I don't do that.
Blessed
so
that you came in
so
on
you
Saturday.
You really, you know what I'm saying? I needed this conversation right. Oh, let me make sure you get your cigar back. I want you to think I'm trying to take your cigar.
No, I don't think that. This is a big ring gauge too. This is a lot to smoke. This is a big ring gauge, compared to this one.
Right.
So typically you're going to want to stay in your 50 to 52 ring gauge, which means, how wide it is. So you don't really want to smoke the bigger ones because that's just bringing more, smoke in. So your 50 to 52 gauge is probably where you want to be. This is close to a 56 gauge. It looks like you want to stay in the smaller ones.
Right.
No, I don't think that.
Okay. Let me see what we got.
But yeah, we'll be smoking Spades cigars tonight for sure. Because they'll have them there. I mean, it's their event. It's called Spades Fest. So we're going to be smoking their stuff tonight for sure.
I'm gonna pull this up because I want to make sure everybody know who we got popping off.
Yeah,
on
who's
this
gonna be
thing.
popping? So I'm
You
gonna
know what I'm
watch.
saying? You got to make sure you watch them now.
Well, I got to go back and watch some of the ones I haven't seen
And you do
because
because they're great.
I didn't know about you before like
I
2 weeks
know.
ago.
And that's good. You know what I'm saying? I like to come in as a mystery. Make people.
Well, I do
trying to
too. I
figure
don't
it out.
mind. When I first got into this business, people were telling me that there were several people doing it. I said, I don't mind a little competition.
Ain't nothing wrong. Hey, I want to give a shout out to my girl Jeray Fit. You know what I'm saying? If you go to @Jeray, that's JARAFIT. She's a women's professional football player.
Oh wow!
And so Jeray, she's doing her thing.
Is she
here
in Houston?
In Houston, yeah.
Oh my goodness!
And so you can follow her at like I said, @Jeray, that's JARAEFIT_. And I say that because we proudly sponsor her. You know what I'm saying? So 5Cast sponsors Jeray Fit.
What team does she play for?
It's the Houston. I'll tell you the name in a second. I'll think about it in a second. The Houston. It's only one team here, but it's that team. But I'm so focused on her. You know what I'm saying? I ain't pay attention to the team because I believe in her so much and what she does that it doesn't matter who she play for me. You know what I'm saying?
No, I didn't know about her.
But so definitely that. So Jeray, she's doing big things. But on Monday, I got my man Don Kraft, aka the luxury realtor and entrepreneur. Don, he does big things. You know what I'm saying, so he has like of course he has all the NFL and NBA guys. He get their house, but he does everybody. So it's not just one person.
The clubhouse, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So Don, he's coming through on Monday. On Tuesday, I cannot think of her name because I didn't put the build up for yet, but we talked a couple of times. She was supposed to be on the show last week, but she had to cancel. Something came up. So she's a therapist.
Oh, the speech therapist with the app?
No. That was Kenzie. Kenzie's already been on the show already. Okay. So she'll be on Tuesday. Mm-hmm. On Wednesday, we got a brother named Doughboy. He's part of the Black Ink crew. You heard Black Ink?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Doughboy, he's Doughboy and Van. Mm-hmm. So Doughboy, he's coming in on Wednesday. And then we have also on Wednesday, I have brand ambassador. Her name is Brandy.
Oh, Brandy. She's the one who told me about Clubhouse. Shout out to Brandy.
Right.
Thank you, girl.
Brandy. So Brandy, she'll be on. She's coming in at we're doing her at 1:30.
She's supposed to be at Spades Fest tonight.
On Wednesday. And then Doughboy, he comes in at 7 p.m.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're doing like that. And then of course Van, he's the owner of Black Ink. Okay. And the actor that played in Black Ink, the show. So he'll be in on 7 p.m. on Thursday. So we got a big week lined up.
Yeah,
we ain't playing around right here.
I see that. Big, I see that. Yeah.
So definitely you want to tune in. Like I said, and when people come on the show, who you're gonna see, especially in the next couple of weeks, you're gonna see some different people come. Like I said, it's everybody. For people who just started, people who haven't even started a business, or people who want to, they come on the show, and then you will see you'll see a few people that will say you are celebrities, right? But they're not coming here as their celebrity. Right. You feel what I'm saying? They're coming here to, give a summary of who they are, but then we're going back. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say, hey, let's go back to, fourth grade.
To ninth grade.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I'll take them back to fourth grade.
Yeah, you took me back.
Me and somebody,
I had to remember. I was like,
hey, look,
what
me and somebody was joking and they were picking at me. They said, yeah, on your show, you'll be like, yeah, we're going to go back to when you was in your mama's womb. But when you was on the umbilical cord, tell me about the umbilical cord. They were trying to pick at me, saying I go back that far.
I know you do. I was like, let me remember. I'm trying to remember what happened back then.
So it's one of those things like that. But we do what we got to do.
No, I had a really good time today. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
I did.
Hey, shout out to the Pocket USA.
The Pocket.
The Pocket is big time. You know
saving lives, one Brian. Pocket at a time.
Make sure you go there. Pastor Terry, Deacon Terry, if you out there in Memphis, this definitely happen in Memphis. Tell all your people. I'm saying at the church tomorrow that need to go to www.thepocketusa.com. You know what I'm saying? Just go to the website, take a look at it, understand why this is needed. Okay. And once you see why it's needed, you're gonna totally understand. We don't need to have any more situations. And if we can take something out of the equation, this takes it out of the equation. You know what I'm saying? And I think right now, get me wrong, whatever, you have Gen 1 and you have Gen 2. Gen 1 is the one you just magnetize and sticks to the outside of your car. And then Gen 2, because you got one of the fancy cars that's carbon composite or whatever like that, the magnet won't work on it. So what it has is there's a hook here in it, and there's a suction on it, so that way it can hang on the window as well. Okay. So you can do this, and it also has a magnet on it too. So in the comment block, if you do order it and you want the version Gen 2, put in G5 Gen 2 when you do the order in the comments, and he'll know to get the Gen 2 out to you. All right. And I think right now he has a sale, and it may be on his website, it may not be, where he dropped $5 off the Gen 1. You know what I'm saying? So listen, that's a great deal right there. You know what I'm saying? That $5 done came in handy already. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was $19.99, take $5 off, bam, for Gen 1, if that's what you wanted to do. But it all works. So,
and Father's Day is coming up.
Father's Day is coming up.
Yep,
you know what I'm saying? So
you always wondered, I mean,
give it to your kids.
Yeah, exactly. Or have some, give it to a father. You know, there's a lot of young fathers out there. So, you know, I don't think fathers is necessarily older, but they might be young fathers.
There you go. Hey, Pocket said, he said that the website is already ready. So it's already reflecting that it's
and is that $5 off. Is that the Pocket USA? How do they order?
What's that?
How do they order this?
You go to www.thepocketusa.com.
Okay, pocketusa.com.
Yeah. So get it if you don't have kids, man, or loved ones, you know, it don't have to be a kid. Trust me, grown people need this thing. Make sure they have it, because it's only going to help them. You know what I'm saying? And once you make sure they have it, you're going to be good to go, and everything's going to be good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it's all about. It's about saving lives and preventing anything further from happening. And I think I just got a newsreel. This is real quick. I just got this from my girl Cassandra. This is so sad. This was in Virginia, I think. Hold up, let me show y'all this right here. And this is the reason why Pocket is needed, because this is making 0 cents. Zero. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick.
Well, while he's looking for that, if you have the Pocket and have had a situation where you've used it and it made a difference, it'd be great to reach out to him to let him know that. Any kind of testimonials would be good, just to really show the value of this product. So I'm just going to speak for him in that particular situation, and only that particular situation. I think that would be helpful. Or if you wish you'd had a Pocket. So just and I think that's maybe what you're looking at. So and if I'm incorrect, please
no, you definitely on it. You definitely on it.
Definitely say something. I'm just getting up on this mic.
I see you all up on it too. See you all up on it.
Getting up on it. So
okay. This is from somebody. And this young man is a officer in the military. So up in Windsor, this is up there in some part of Virginia. This happened in December. Army second lieutenant slowed down on Route 460, flipped on his turn signal, and looked for a lighted place to pull over because it was dark outside. All right, and this was according to the lawsuit. Less than a mile away, he saw a BP gas station, so he drove his Chevrolet Tahoe to the parking area and stopped. All right. Let's see it. You got to scroll down with these stories because they keep going without the story. Maybe I need to push something further to open it up. This was the point. This is a military officer. Okay, him stopping. He's in a little town, whatever. So it's dark. He understands. I ain't trying to get caught up in out here, right? So even you figure like, okay, I'm an Army officer, so I can get to some light. So this way they can kind of see me,
right, and
see what's going on. And I can even explain, hey, I'm a military service member, whatever. How about they put them hands on him?
Wow.
Yeah. They put them hands on him. So imagine what would have happened if he had stopped in the dark. And that's what I'm saying. It's things like this that continuously goes on, and something like the Pocket, I'm telling you, like this, it's a game changer. And I told you, sometimes the simplest things in the world can save your life or save some type of situation. We don't need any more lawsuits. Because we don't need nobody doing anything, because the lawsuit is supposed to mean to make a statement. But guess what's not happening? The lawsuits are not making a statement. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's either beat up or they're dead or they're hurt or missing a loved one. All because of whatever somebody's aggression is. You know what I'm saying? Based off of where they're from. And it's sad that we have to still drive different places and sit here and decide what route we need to take or where we can't go. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, if you plan a trip to go back home, you have to make sure, don't drive through this town. Don't drive through this city. Don't get gas here. Make sure you stop only on the major highway artery. And we're here. We're not in another country, you know what I'm saying, where we know nobody.
Right.
But we're here with people who, you know what I'm saying, live the same place that we live at. You know, so it's senseless for any type of things to go on. But this right here, if this can take a dent out of anything possibly happen. And so the other night he was on the show and I told him I'm gonna talk about this every daggone show. I'm gonna talk about this every show. I'm talking about this.
So you basically pull off this strip here, this little Velcro piece, and stick it on the front of the car, on the front of the window.
No, it's a magnet.
Oh, it's a magnet.
It's a magnet. Yeah.
Okay.
So you just go ahead and drop it in there and you put it on the door.
I see.
When he walks up, when the officer walks up,
okay,
all your the things that he's going to ask you for, it's already there.
I thought it was a Velcro. It's a magnet.
It's a magnet. Yeah.
Nice.
Right. And so for the cars that you can't magnetize, because some vehicles you can't, you stick that on the window.
Oh, okay. I missed that. Okay.
You stick that on the window right there. This is the Gen 2.
Gotcha.
You know, and so, you know, and I'm telling you, when you get back, please, when you get back to Atlanta, you know,
okay,
please talk about this. Any chance you get,
I'll put this on my Instagram.
You know, please do. And I thank you so much for doing it, because one, it's about saving things. You know
I didn't realize it was a magnet.
In fact, he dropped the Gen 1 to $12.99. You know what I'm saying? He dropped the Generation 1, the one you have in your hand. That's $12.99 right now.
He just wants
free shipping.
He just wants to help. That's all this is.
That's you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
That's free shipping.
Yeah, I get it.
Come on now.
I was just I don't know why I thought this was Velcro. I don't know. I'm tripping. Probably lack of sleep.
So you can't beat that.
Probably lack of sleep.
You can't beat it. I'm telling you. You can't. And even in this, he's giving this up. Now, even so, and next week he called me day before yesterday. Or maybe it was yesterday. We were talking. And he said, look, man, appreciate what you're doing and everything. So the meals for the guests next week, he didn't say, hey, I'm just gonna pay for one of the guest meals. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask somebody to do nothing anyway. He said, I got everybody.
Oh,
everybody come on the show, I'm paying for their meals.
Love him.
You know what I'm saying? Because and so it's just stuff like that. He's steady giving. So why can't we support him? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't we support him? You know what I'm saying? When he came on the show, I bought 3 for my kids. One for each one of my kids. Called my daughter online, embarrassed her. I called her.
She appreciates
you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And you know what she did? She bought her husband one. And he's a soldier in the United States Army in Virginia.
Wow.
Immediately, she went online and bought him one because she said, no, my husband needs one.
I have to think.
Come on now. Think about that. That's deep right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about something with that.
Mm-hmm.
As a marketer, I'm gonna have to think about that for a second.
Yeah.
More than a second. That's interesting though.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. I'm glad I'm here because, you know, when I heard him talk about it, I couldn't really visualize it because it's, you know, it's not like, I think it's better when you see it because you kind of know what he's talking about. I think when he's describing it, you don't know what it looks like and you don't see that it's like the cards are sliding down kind of this, like the first one is like, it's like a plexiglass piece that, I mean, they're sliding into it. So it's not anything that can break. And then, you know, the magnet in the back just really gets on there. So you can just put it outside the window and they don't have to really ask you to do anything. So
it's already there. So now you put it on there. I got it outside the car window, on the door, like so. And my hands are on the steering wheel.
Right.
So now he doesn't have to ask me. And the one addendum I asked people to do was I said, hey man, just make sure you go ahead and unhook your seatbelt. Because when you if you go look at the tape, right? A lot of the things happen after they tell them to get out the car.
Yeah.
And they have to unhook the seatbelt. That's when everything happens. I promise you. The reason why? Because the seatbelt clicker is on the right side, right? It's on the side that they can't see.
Right.
So when people are reaching in this way, because they told them to unhook their seatbelt. Now you just told them what to do. Now you just had an excuse. No. And think about it. It's too easy. No, you open my door, and I'll get out. Now I don't even have to go reach for my door. Because when they snatch people out, what they do? They boom, 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 and they open your door, right? So nah, man, open my door. Because I'm not giving you a chance. So that's why I ask people, you get stopped, unbuckle your seatbelt. Have your stuff in. Tell your kids to unbuckle their seatbelt after they stop safely, of course. Have their stuff in there, put it on the door, and put their hands on the steering wheel. That's it. This way you don't have to be asked to unbuckle your seatbelt. And as soon as you're doing this right here, that's when all the nervousness start.
Yeah, it would be good to work with the Urban League and the NAACP to try to. My girlfriend's CEO for the Urban League in Atlanta, and so to try to have a push around how do we better protect our young drivers as well as any age to look at that. So I'll have to think about this and see what could be proposed to them. I'm not making any promises, but I think it's an interesting thing. I think you just need the right organization behind it to kind of really push it.
There you go.
Yeah.
And it does. And I mentioned that too. Trust me.
Yeah.
I mentioned that too. We go to cookouts. We can go all this other stuff. But these organizations.
Because these need to be sold in volume.
Yeah.
It's not going to have the full impact selling one or two. And I'm not trying to be negative. I'm saying
you're right. And that's why it has to be done this way.
Yeah, it's got to be like a whole organization.
Right. That's right.
It's almost like a.
If you're the president of Jack and Jill, and if you're the president of Jack and Jill, and in Houston, we need you to go ahead and put it out at your next meeting. You know
if you're president of Jack and Jill and you're a smoker, please contact me too.
That's Stacy.
Is she? Oh, wow.
That's the president of Jack and Jill in Houston. So, hello. I'll tell you, Stacy's the one you want to meet.
Okay.
You want to meet her.
I'm glad we made it.
She's one of those people like you.
I'm glad we
she's
made that
doing this and doing this and doing that. She's one of those people. You know what I'm saying? So she's definitely somebody you want to tap into, I think.
I am going to think about that pocket and I'm going to see. I'm going to think about it. I got to just get in that headspace when I'm not running around and I'm not going out of town 3 weeks in a row.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm going to remind you when you get back to Atlanta anyway. I'll remind you.
You know because I'm going to, my birthday's next week. Then I'm going to Philly Cigar Fest. And so once I get through with all of that, I definitely want to.
Okay. You going to win an award up there too?
No, I'm actually doing some pokers for for some people up there. No, I'm just vending.
Oh, okay, man.
Just making some money.
Okay, you know wrong with that. Go ahead and make that money.
Yes, and with this,
yeah, in tow.
With this,
in tow.
I might just want to bring this with me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? This is what you're buying right here.
That's
so
right.
hey,
That's
just a little reminder of what you're buying. So when you want to know, right?
Okay, hey, I appreciate everybody. Please come join me on Monday with me and Big Don. We're gonna be in here doing our thing, doing it big. Don is gonna give you some education. We're gonna find out about Don. We're gonna talk through his story, you know what I'm saying? How he got to be such a big celebrity realtor, entrepreneur that he is at this point right here. But he's gonna give out some nuggets as well, and so that he can help people because me and him, we had a great conversation on yesterday, and it was really, really good. And so I think that right now this is where it's gonna be at. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Brian, who's doing some good things.
Where he at?
I don't know. I think he left the building.
He's leaving the building now. Hey, I appreciate y'all. Please join me on Monday at 7 p.m. We're gonna go hard with Don. And thank you once again, and congratulations on winning this award.
Thank you so much.
And I'm sure you're gonna win many more. And definitely I'm looking forward to designing this for you to design this poker for me for the G55 Cast brand.
Absolutely.
All right. Hey, we'll talk to y'all.
Consider it done.
All right. We'll talk to y'all guys.
It's the king of low jack, baby. Take wheel. Take wheel. Everybody take wheel. Come on, take wheel. Do the take wheel. Everybody take wheel. We got to speak to me, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Give you a jab to the nose and make you say what's up. I'm in the club, nigga, talk with the long barrel. When the music starts having singing, not Christmas carols. People hate me, man, I really do know why. They see the wings on my back and they know I'm gon' fly. So what the fuck supposed to do? Just try to please people. Got my MBK crew family and I don't think people. Remember, used to put newspaper in my tennis shoes. Used to walk around in them business, the many shoes. For party nigga, I was too thugged out for that. Never told all my enemies I couldn't be a rat. But niggas told on me, nigga, they got it in return. Now ain't mama's living room in a nice skirt. Fuck you, your whole crew, bitch, cause you gon' get caught. Blow your brains out in your lap, now hold that. Motherfuckers, the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop the kid. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop the kid. This is just for my killers who just straight up murder. Leave you in the sewer dead just like a next turtle. I got connections with the real fucking black mob, and I'm trying to get it right for my man God. So any drama, don't believe me that there's no problem. Niggas will torture your ass, you wish they fucking rob you. Menace to society, that's my favorite one. Desert Eagle 50 caliber, that's my favorite gun. My nature gunning, yes I'm gunning for your fucking dome. You the homer kid cause you always running fucking home. MBK got a boy, your house will clap it up. I run my mouth like a big booty bitch, I can back it up. Try niggas on pickups just like they did in Jasper. Keep fucking around, your new friend is gonna be Casper. You gonna be in the casket, people trying to coffin on you. But so many hoes, these hackers can't play golf for me. Motherfuckers, stop pretending I'm a new ever. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, stop pretending. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in it poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitches, stop pretending. Fuck that shit, boy, I'm tired of being nice. White shit in your head, this mic is not a fucking lights. I keep the termites fed like a pistol, stay with some lead. Like Marita, dog, stay with some bread. I lived in the trailer, not no projects. They still got it, but you couldn't run on my set. I kill niggas, dog, and also I kill time. Tell out my snitches, they had 2 fucking moms. Niggas tell on me, goddamn, they drop the fucking down. Your brains are gone, now you out of your fucking mind. And niggas know I fight you, bitch, yeah, I'm ready to strap, but they don't fucking understand to get the bitch, get that head, that gun clap. They just stop beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga, cause I'm so clever. You can love me, you hate me, nigga, but I'm still with it. G5 legacy never in the bitch, stop the pit. This is the beginning of a new era. Jay will get in and poppin', nigga,